Alright then everybody, welcome to a World of Ice and Fire mod. This is no episode, but this is going to be a guide. A guide indeed. This is a guide for version 8.2. It's come a long way, man. This mod, it's insane. Honestly, a shout out, a big fat shout out to Produno. Thank you so much for this mod. Honestly, the only mod I play, the only type of mod I play in for Mount and Blade Warband is literally a World of Ice and Fire. And Bannerlord is out. It's been out for some time now, and yet people are still on the World of Ice and Fire mod for Mount and Blade Warband, as they are impatiently waiting for this to come out on Bannerlord. Now, I am still gaming on Warband. I know a lot of people still are. Even if they do have Bannerlord, they will sometimes come time to time back to Warband just to play this mod. And there has been a lot of different tutorials out there. You can read them on forums, on Quora, even you can read some on Reddit, on the World of Ice Fire page, Reddit page. You can go there yourselves right now, and you can ask any question. There are lots of helpful people there. It's an active community. There's also some YouTube videos out there, and I know there was a big one like 3 or 4 hours long 5 years ago that was posted, and but that was 5 years ago. The mod has changed a lot. However, the guide was amazing. All right, the guide back then was amazing. Oh goodness gracious, I can't even remember the YouTuber's name. Was it Hit Point in Gaming? Yes, I think it was that. Yes, it was. Okay. He basically made a huge guide, and I think he did a fantastic, splendid job. It did last about 3 hours or something like this, and the only thing is now the mod has changed tremendously. Most of the stuff he says still stands. I of course won't go against those, but there are some things that did change, and as a result, I think an updated guide would be great for many of you who are still active in this game. I myself have been doing a Daemon Blackfyre series on this mod, and the only thing I ever play right now is Mount and Blade Warband and Age of Empires 2, and as I said, this is the only mod I play for Mount and Blade Warband. I am by no means a good player, but I have experience in this mod, so I am willing to do some sort of guide for you guys. So let's get started. We're gonna go straight into character creation and what you can do for character creation. Now, I would just stress that I am recording this after actually recording the main body of the video, and so I might repeat a couple of things that I said now. I will do my best to edit those things out, but if there is anything that is repeated, I do apologize, okay? So we are going to prepare ourselves. Okay, so of course, just click character creation. Your first option is to choose between the TV series and books, and the main difference is the person who invades Westeros. So in the TV series, it will be, of course, Daenerys Targaryen, and in the World of Ice and Fire, a Song of Ice and Fire book, sorry, it will be Aegon. It will be Aegon Targaryen, so young Griff. Alright, so that's up to you, whichever one you want. Static and sandbox. Also, this is another important thing. You can change this later on, but static wars is what I would tend to go for. You just read the scenario over here. It tells you what each one means. And this one I do suggest you play as a man, because it is going to be much more fun than if you were to play as a mouse, because as a mouse you will not be wounded at all. But as a man, you will suffer wounds and you will have to get yourself healed. And you can get yourself healed by either going to a maester in like a town or a castle, or you get a medic companion. And there are 2 medic companions, Silver and Qyburn. You can get those and they can heal you. Alright. So I am heading over to Westeros. If you want to do the main quest line, which of course I always suggest you do, you should go over to Westeros. If you don't want to go off to Essos, I must stress to start in Essos is a bit more difficult than a start in Westeros, okay? Just that's simply based on because there is more harder bandit parties out in Essos than there is in Westeros, okay? So do keep that in mind. Also, the trading mechanics in Essos are a bit harder and not as developed as it is in Westeros. Okay? So this one has focused a lot more on Westeros than it has on Essos, so do keep that in mind. Okay, so character creation. We are going to start off with the gender. The main difference is with gender is if you start as a male, you will have an extra point in strength and charisma. If you start off as a female, you will have an extra point in intelligence and also an extra point into agility. Okay, extra point into agility, and extra point into intelligence. So this one's basically up to you. Do you want to play as a female character or a male character? I won't argue against either, okay? In terms of your people, first of all, you have a tall and a short option. So if you just take a look at the Veil, for example, you have we have a normal option, a tall option, and a short option. If you are a normal option, you have no penalties, but you have no gains. If you choose a tall option, you will gain 1 point into strength, but you will lose 1 agility. If you choose the short option, you will gain 1 point into agility, but you will lose a point in strength. So if you don't want to gain any, or you don't want to sacrifice any, go normal. If you want strength or you want agility, go ahead and choose one of them. I'll be honest with you, it really doesn't matter, because let's say you be tall, you'll get the extra point into strength, but then you'll already get your agility up to what is required. And same thing here, if you are putting your extra point into agility, you'll still be able to put an extra point into strength. Okay, so that is not an issue. Really, this doesn't really change much, I won't lie to you. The people, however, the type of person you play as does change a lot of things. If you play as a Northman, okay, so you're from the north, and not the real north, that's the free folk, but the north between the wall and Makign, you have the Northmen, and if you play as them, you will be able to recruit a direwolf companion. Okay, that's simply it. You'll be able to recruit a direwolf companion as North. I personally have never ever recruited a direwolf companion. I have never played as a Northman, so I can't really say much. I can't say much on that regard. So yeah, if you choose to be a Dornishman, then you will be able to have the ability to recruit 3 extra companions. Okay, so 3 extra companions. These companions are basically the sand snakes. You cannot hire the sand snakes if you are not a Dornishman. So do keep that in mind. You are not the sands. You're not a you cannot recruit them if you are not a Dornishman. They are pretty good companions. So that's why I would suggest that it might be good to have them. All right. So I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. So I'm going to take it nice and slow. Ironborn. Okay, Ironborn, basically you have no penalty while traversing the sea. So when you're on a ship, you have no penalty. However, I will be honest with you, the penalty isn't that deep when you travel by sea. You lose 1 morale every now and then, but I've never suffered immensely. You know, ship travel is actually pretty quick, so you don't lose that much morale. If your morale is already good, then you should be fine. If your morale is terrible and then you go on the sea, then I guess you would suffer. But yeah, apart from that, that's what the Ironborn is there for. Free folk. For the free folk, there is one thing I must say. If you go free folk, you can hire giants. Okay, you can go to a giant lair. All you have to do is slay some of the giants, and then you can get some giants to your side. That's simply it for the free folk. All right, for the free folk, that's simply it. In terms of the Fraki, there's nothing that I know that they have benefits in. Valyrian, you do have some benefits. Well, you have one particular benefit. If you are a Valyrian, you can go to Illyrio Mopatis. He has a manse right outside the city of Pentos. You go over there, and he has the ability to give you some dragon guards. You go to him. He basically, you need to be a Valyrian, because Illyrio Mopatis wants to see a Valyrian on the Iron Throne, and as a result, he will give you dragon guards. All right, if you are a Valyrian. So then you have that. I hope I haven't missed anything. No, I don't think so. Let me just check again. Yeah, I think that's good. All right then, good. So one thing about people as well. Now, people will also determine what type of units you'll be able to hire from your own fiefs. Okay, so if you go to the tavern, you can hire certain troops, and if you go to the villages, you can also hire for certain troops. So basically, in essence, if you choose Northman, you will be able to hire the northern line. If you choose Westerlands, you'll be able to hire the Westerland line, and so on and so forth. Okay, with the free cities, I will be honest, I've never actually played as a free city myself, so I wondered which troop tree did they get, and I researched it online, and apparently cohort is what a lot of people get. Maybe it's changed, I don't know. You can give it a go yourselves, but you'll get the cohort line, and as a result, it's not that great. Furthermore, although having giants might sound very cool to you, it's not that cool when you have to take into account that you'll be having to hire a lot of free folk. Of course, you can hire other type of troops, and you will have a lot of other type of troops, don't get me wrong. But I mean, within your own fiefs, you can only hire free folk troops if you choose free folk. And believe me, free folk troops are not good. They are very primitive. And when we talk about troop trees, you'll see what type of weapons they have in their armed forces. Okay. If you choose Valyrian, you get the Crownland troops. Okay, basically that's it. You get the Crownland troops, right? And then the Dragonstone troops is basically Stannis Baratheon. He is Stannis Baratheon, while the Reach is going to be the Usurper Renly Baratheon. Okay, not the Reach, sorry, the Stormlands is going to be the Usurper Renly Baratheon, while Dragonstone is the one true king, Stannis the Manis. Okay, the one true king. Man, my knees are bending already. My knees, my knee joint got dislocated because of how much I've been bending for the rightful king. All right. So that's the difference. And Stannis Baratheon has his own type of troops, and Renly Baratheon has his own type of troops. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Good. So since he is the one true king, I will go for a tall Dragonstone guy. All right, Father. What do we do for Father? Now with Father, there are a couple of options you can go for. I will give you 3 type of builds that I believe are superior, and I will show you on the screen somewhere what the builds actually entail. So what can you get from those builds? Okay, so I will show that to you. So first and foremost, we'll go over with the fighter build. So the fighter build is going to be this. I will show you. So the fighter build is, you will be given make your father a warrior. Okay, so a Lord's Retainer. Okay, make your father a Lord's Retainer. Choose yourself to be a Retainer's Apprentice, and make your vocation either a Lesser Noble or a Retainer. But the only difference is the Retainer will give you some extra fighting abilities, while the Lesser Noble will give you a horse. Okay, and I believe the horse is better. If you can start off with a horse, of course it's desirable to start off with a horse. And although it is a swayed back horse, do keep that in mind. It's a swayed backed horse. It's not a very good horse. So keep that in mind, please. Right. So this is the warrior build. Your fate also does determine some of your stats, and actually I will have a list for you guys. I can put it up on the screen now. If you choose revenge, you will get 2 points into strength and extra power strike. So that is why I would advise that you go personal revenge. Okay, if you are going for a fighter build. If you choose loss, you will get an extra point into charisma and an extra point into iron flesh. If you choose Wanderlust, you'll get an extra point into agility and an extra point into pathfinding. If you choose forced out of your home, you'll get an extra point into strength, intelligence, and an extra point into some other attribute. I think, let me just check. I think it's weapon management. Yes, so 1 point into strength, 1 point into intelligence, and 1 point into weapon management. If Choose money, so I should have scrolled actually. Basically, okay, so if you choose revenge, we said that loss, we said that wanderlust. I don't quite know about religious fervor. I don't really use it. I think that might be something to do with charisma, maybe, I don't know. But being forced out your home, we talked about that. And then finally, lust for money and power, 1 point into agility, 1 point into intelligence, and also you get 1 point into looting. Okay, so that do keep those in mind. That's for you. But if you are going to listen to my advice, then I would put personal revenge with a fighter build. Okay, if you are not good at this game, then go for Wanderlust, so you can get an extra point into pathfinding, because it is a difficult mod. Even if you think you're good at native warband and it's one of your first time playing it, maybe go Wanderlust, because you'll get an extra point into pathfinding. Okay, but personal revenge is also acceptable. Right. For your trait, I'll get onto religion in a second. For your trait, there is a couple of options. There is the natural leader and warrior option. There's also the none option, but please don't choose none. Why would you? If you have an option to be better, then accept it. So you can either choose a natural leader or a warrior. My experience, the warrior option has not been that working that well for me. Basically the essence of it, if you like, I think the thing was B for the warrior. Whatever the key is, you guys can figure it out. If you click on the certain option for warrior, you can basically make a loud war cry, and that can scare some of your enemies. Apparently, this is supposed to work when you are sieging a castle or a city, and you're climbing up the ramparts. Climbing up the ladder to the ramparts, and you let out a big fierce cry, and it's supposed to kind of scare the enemy. That hasn't quite worked well for me. I've never seen it work properly. But the natural leader stat, it's basically a stat which regenerates some of your HP in your army. It's a very tiny wincy bit, but it can be the difference between life and death. It can be the difference between being knocked unconscious and staying alive. So do keep that in mind. You can use this like once per minute, and therefore it is actually effective. All right, in long battles and in siege battles, it's very good as well. All right. Okay, so that's the natural leader ability. So I would choose natural leader. Okay, for religion. For religion, we have a couple of options. Now, religion is important. Okay, it is more important than you might think, because religion will determine from what type of cities, from what type of villages can you recruit troops from. Okay, do you hear what I said? So, for example, if you are Faith of the Seven, you'll be able to recruit troops from every Faith of the Seven city, right? From every Faith of the Seven city, you'll be able to recruit troops. So if you were to go over to, for example, Volantis, and you were Faith of the Seven, you wouldn't be able to recruit Volantine troops. If you went to Dragonstone, you won't be able to recruit Dragonstone troops, because Dragonstone practices R'hllor. If you choose the Drown God, you can hire Ironborn troops. If you don't choose, if you choose the Drown God, you can't go ahead and hire Faith of the Seven or the other religions. Old Gods of the Forest allows you to recruit the Northmen, the Northmen, anywhere, basically the whole North except for White Harbor. You can get the Old Gods of the Forest. You can get Northern troops with Old Gods of the Forest, and you can also get Free Folk troops. All right, as Old Gods of the Forest. As R'hllor, you can get basically the you can go and buy a lot of Dragonstone troops and a lot of Volantine troops and troops in Essos in general. Now, the only thing about R'hllor that I would like to also add on to that is the fact that you can get Veteran Fireborn. All right, you can get Veteran Fireborn and normal Fireborn if you're playing as R'hllor by going to the Temple of the Fire Priests, which is literally right outside Volantis, and you can go there and get Fireborn. When we start the video, and when I get onto the main part of the video, you'll see where this temple is. I will show you exactly where that is, and I will show you what type of troops the Fireborn are. Okay, so we will get back onto that. So this is the build that I would like you to go for if you're going for a fighter build. The next build I call the tank build. The tank build. Make your father a lesser noble. Make yourself a retainer's apprentice, and make your vocation a blacksmith. Yeah, you heard me right. What the hell? It's like that's a shock. That might be a shock to some of you. Wow, what the hell? Blacksmith? Really? Okay, so blacksmith indeed. Yes. For your fate, make your fate the loss of a loved one or wanderlust. The biggest difference of this is if you choose loss of a loved one, you will get an extra point into Iron Flesh, which in this build you will get an Iron Flesh of 6, starting with an Iron Flesh of 6. That will give you a plus 10 HP advantage than if you chose other builds, because that's huge. The other option is if you choose Wanderlust, which will give you the extra point into Pathfinding. Honestly, in my opinion, the extra point into Pathfinding is better than the extra point into Iron Flesh. Okay, at the end of the day, it's just 2 extra hit points, so it's not that important. Another thing is, if you chose this option, you will fall short of you will fall short of the ideal starting stats. Okay, in terms of the attributes. Okay, you will fall short on one of them. So that's why go ahead with Wanderlust, I think. But you can also, if you want to be the most tanky that you can start off with, choose a loss of a loved one, right? But Wanderlust is also fine. Okay, once again, these two, they depend on what I've said previously. Then the final build, I have a looter build. This looter build is going to be a thief build. Make your father whatever, it really doesn't matter. Okay, do your father. For your vocation, for your childhood, make your childhood a street urchin. Where is it? There it is. And make your vocation either a retainer or a free peasant. Okay, the free peasants. Wait, where's the retainer option? Oops, where's the retainer option? There it is. Okay, so make yourself either a free peasant or a retainer. Now, the only difference is retainer is going to give you better starting equipment, like much better starting equipment, whereas free peasant will give you some extra stats into looting and stuff like that. So I would go retainer just so you have the fighting ability, because you won't have anything as a free peasant. Okay, so go retainer. I do think. For fate, make it lust for money and power. Okay, that's what I would say to you. Okay, so for the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna go for my favorite build, which is the tank build. I do suggest you go for this tank build. It is huge. Okay, believe me, you're about to see how good this is. So let me just check. I've got everything correct. Yes, Father, Lesser Noble, Retainer's Apprentice, Blacksmith, and Wanderlust. Okay, so once again, you can go for Loss of the Loved One, but I won't do so. Okay, good. Continue on. Now, here are some banners. You can see that there's a Blackfyre banner. That Blackfyre banner is there because of my Blackfyre series. So I'll just click that. Okay, so here are our starting stats. As you can see, we have 5 points into Iron Flesh starting already, and we have 4 points into inventory management, which is big. It is big. That is huge. All right, so do keep that in mind. All right, that is very good. So that's good to have as well, because that means you don't have to waste any skill points into putting it into inventory management in the early game. You will have already a good inventory in which you can stack furs, stack trading material into it. Okay, cool. You also don't need to ever touch your strength. Your strength can remain at 9. What do you put your points into? Put 2 points up. Put 2 points into agility and put 2 points into charisma, and leave it at that. Okay. We have 4 skill points to use. If you want to use more skill points, you just put 2 points into agility, put an extra point or 2 into intellect, and you get 6 skill points to use. Okay, you can also do that. All right. So maybe we can do that. That's also fine. But what I do suggest, the minimum for your charisma should be 6 or 9. Right, 6 or 9, because what you do need charisma for, in particular, is the Sailing Master. Don't worry about leadership. Leadership is going to add up with your companions. So if your companions have also a good leadership themselves, and which they will, you will have a bunch of room for your troops. And believe me, don't worry, leadership, you really don't need to care that much. Just put 1 or 2 for yourself. The only time you ever increase charisma more than 9 or 6 is if you need a Sailing Master. Okay, if you need more ships, this is going to tell you the amount of ships you need. Unfortunately, this is only a leader skill, not a party skill, so this does not add up. Okay, so put your 2 points into intellect to get extra skill points, and what you can do is up your power strike to 3. You can go and put some points into wound treatment. I do suggest you do this, because with wound treatment, what you can do is get a lamed horse. Okay, just put 1 point into it. Get a lamed horse and make that lamed horse heal. All right, that's very important with the wound treatment. Okay, so what did I say? Instead of buying a full-on a full-on healthy horse, you can buy a lamed horse, which is going to be way cheaper. Keep it in your inventory for a while. It will heal over about a week. In a week's time, it will heal, come back to healthy status, and then you can equip it. All right, so put that point into wound treatment. Okay, 1 point into wound treatment, and keep it there. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Put a point into pathfinding. Put an extra point if you are not that good at this game. Put an extra point into it. I would, however, suggest you put 1 point into riding now, so you don't have to worry about it again. All right, put 1 point into riding. Maybe put a point into shield, so once again you don't have to worry about it. But we do have points, so we can do this. All right. And we are getting extra skill points. As I said, if you are not that good at the game, get an extra point at pathfinding. And actually, even if you are good at the game, just put the extra point into pathfinding, honestly, because if you put the extra point into pathfinding, you will be able to escape a lot of lords. Actually, let's do that. Okay, and here is a one-handed proficiency. Let's get it up, and here it is. So this is the build that I would like to show you, and I would really suggest you do. Okay, because this build is fantastic. Right, so do keep this. Another thing about this tank build is that you'll start equipped with some tools in your inventory. Tools can sell for about 200, so that's an extra 200 bags. That's the extra 200 coins in the bag. Right, cool. So that will be my build. After this, I will put up some of the other builds, you know, the screen and what you should do. I will label them. Now with R'hllor, you can get Fireborn, and you can get Fireborn, which I'm going to do by cheating. I have activated cheats. I actually suggest you guys do the same, not so you can enjoy cheating. If you want to cheat, it's up to you, but the only reason why I say do some cheats is because sometimes here and there they can be mods, they can be bugs, sorry. Okay, now if you visit the Temple of the Lord of Light, you can ask if anyone wants to join you. Okay, now I'm not a member of R'hllor. I just put up some random stats. I don't know what's what. I just put in some random stats into the mod. Right, I put some random attributes, some random, my father was this, and my vocation was that. I just made it all random. So, I'm now here. I can't convert to R'hllor. I need to pay money. But if you are a member of R'hllor, you can buy some Veteran Ironborn. If you buy Veteran Ironborn, these Veteran Ironborn have the ability to kill White Walkers. Okay, and we'll talk about all of that when we come to the White Walker section. But we won't touch on that for now. Okay. But anyway, back to King's Landing. When you're at King's Landing, you are going to be chased by some Lannister guards. Okay, I'm not sure if they're chasing us now because there they are. Okay, so you'll chase these guys. You should be able to beat them. Okay, so don't worry about that. You should be able to beat them even with your 3 men. Okay, you should be able to beat them. Just simply on the basis that your Stark footman is superior to their own footman, and you also as a player would be able to beat them. Okay, that's the only reason why you should be able to beat them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the route you should take to get to Winterfell to maximize the amount of XP that you have. Okay, so what I have over here, one second, where can I do it? Character, actually skills, yes. Now, you see, I've leveled up a lot. The reason why I leveled up a lot is because I cheated through the first part of the game, okay, where you have to attack Robb's, you have to attack, you're attacked by a Lannister men in King's Landing. That's the only reason why I have all those XP. I did that because I wanted to show you this dagger here, Silence. You can obtain this dagger if you win that level. Okay, if you beat all the Lannister troops in King's Landing when you're attacked, you can win Silence. Okay, if Silence, apart from that, the fact that it looks good, it looks cool, it can harm whites, so you can keep that in mind. But apart from that, it's nothing terribly special. Okay, apart from the fact that it might show that you're either cheat in this game, or you're just fantastic and you actually defeated all the Lannister guys at King's Landing. But this route I'm going to show you is going to gain you 1000 XP, okay? Because if you accept the main questline, you're asked to go to Winterfell, and I am going to show you how you can gain 1000 XP without doing anything, by just simply walking. My advice to you when you go up to Winterfell, never ever take the main road. Your character will automatically try to go to the main road sometimes. Make sure you fix that, and you don't, like, let's say I want to go to Derry. I don't click on Derry because then my character will go on the main road. I actually click like this route, okay? So my character does not take the main road. The main road will be infested by thieves, by outlaws, so you don't want to fight them. If you have a horse, you can take on 6 thieves if you are confident, okay? I think you can take on 6 thieves if you have a horse, okay? But the point is that this is the route you should take if you want to maximize your troops. So go around this way, for example. Don't take the main road. So over here, you're gonna have whips. Actually, before that, I should have forgot. There is a thing over here. The old stone bridge. Okay, the old stone bridge. You go over the old stone bridge, you gain 200 XP. From the old stone bridge, you hop over here. Okay. In the case that you're surrounded by a bunch of bandits, like I was there, I just go to the Old Stone Bridge, just click on stay here for some time, okay? Cool. Then you go to White Walls over here. That is 200 XP. Next up, you go over here to the Crossroads Inn. At the Crossroads Inn, enter into the Crossroads Inn and talk to this guy over here, Sir Janis Laren. Talk to him and just grab him. He's going to be for free. So if you don't know, he's completely for free. The whole purpose of him is so he, firstly, he's pretty good. I'll show you his stats actually. He's a pretty good fighter. Actually, we need to hang on. I need to let some game time pass. There it is. He's now joined us. Okay. Show me about yourself, and you can take a look. He's pretty good. Yeah, you can see that he is pretty good. So he can help protect you against, like, you know, minor, like a bunch of, if you're attacked by, like, let's say 10 to 20 thieves, he can help you basically, and he can help you beat them. His main purpose, however, is to activate this quest, Old Valyria. Where the hell is Old Valyria? Okay, so Janis Laren is going to come from a location here. I'll show you. Okay, so there's a ruined castle here somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. The ruined castle. So you see this natural harbor here at the edge of the world map for the game, although it continues more and more in the main series. You go to this ruined castle and you can build your castle there. Okay, and you can build a castle there. You just need a couple of tools. You need like 75 men or whatever it was. I think it says it here. 50 men. Okay, and you need 10k. So you do that and you build the castle. Okay, so you're now at the Crossroads Inn. Okay, so what did we do so far? We went from King's Landing to the Old Stone Bridge, to Whitehall, to the Crossroads Inn. Now, from Crossroads Inn, you do not go north. You're not going to go north. You're going to go south. You're going to take this route here and end up somewhere here. Okay, here is the Inn of the Kneeling Man. That's another 200 XP. Okay, so from the Crossroads Inn to the Inn of the Kneeling Man, you get another 200 XP. You're then going to cross through Riverrun this way, through Raventree Hall and the Whispering Wood. You might remember this from where Robb Stark captures Jaime Lannister. And then Old Stones. And from there, you can go over to Winterfell. Okay, so let's just recap that one more time. King's Landing to Old Stone Bridge to Whitehall's to the Crossroads Inn, where you pick up Sir Janis Laren. Then you cross back through the Trident over here to the Inn of the Kneeling Man, to Old Stones, and then you head over to good old Winterfell. Okay, when you fight the Lannister men, you will capture one of them, at least one of them. So you should capture at least one of them. If you're lucky, maybe two. After you deliver your letter to Robb Stark, head over to the wall. Don't go to the farms that he tells you to. Don't do it yet. There's no need. Okay, just head over to the wall and sell off your prisoners. Get some money. All right? Cool. So you do that. Good. So that is the route to Winterfell. Okay, so what is after that? Let me just take my notes. So we talked about the route to Winterfell. Okay. Yes, and so we have to talk about troops. We'll do that soon. Maybe that's what most of you are here for. It's the most interesting, I think, to talk about the troops. Most fun. I think we can talk. Yeah, money. That's it. Money making, which is very important. Okay, you want to make as much money in the shortest period of time you can. Okay, this is the general rule of thumb for everything, right? For everyone, not just real life, but also in the mod. Okay, so there are a couple ways of making money, categorized in two main categories. I'm going to put those on the screen so you can see. The first way is extraordinary income. The second way is what I call ordinary income. Okay, so what the hell do those terms mean? Okay, extraordinary income means income that you're gonna get as a one-time thing. Okay, so it's not like a salary. It's not like it's gonna come every couple weeks or every week or every month. It's gonna come one time. You have to actively do something to get the money. Okay, so what is this? It's trade. It is selling to the Night's Watch. It is looting and pillaging. It is doing tournaments. Okay, these are ways you can get some extraordinary income. What are some ways to get ordinary income? Well, we can do enterprises. We can do stuff like gold mines. We'll go to the gold mine, and I will show you exactly how to do that. And I will. You can also do tax incomes and rent incomes, but of course that is more of a late game thing. Okay, so don't worry too much about that in the early game. So trade. We're going to quickly talk about how do we maximize our income from trade. How do we maximize income from trade? I'm going to show you. Okay, so in the north, anything above Mount Cailin, Moat Cailin, sorry, everything above Moat Cailin, you get furs and you get timber. Okay, you can get furs at villages. Okay, as well. Keep that in mind. Sometimes it might be cheaper. Okay, so if I show you buy supplies from peasants, when the game first starts, it's gonna be very expensive. Okay, it's gonna be like crazy expensive. Don't be surprised. Don't think that, oh no, I lied to you or something, or you know, the game's not working in your favor. Don't worry about that. That's not the case. You just need to wait about a week. Okay, about a week in game for the prices to stabilize. Those fur prices will drop down big time. Believe me. Yeah. Sometimes you can find furs for as cheap as 20 coins or silver stacks in this case. Sometimes you can find it up to 100 silver stacks. Try to aim to get the furs at around 50 to 100, okay? Because that's the time you'll find most of the prices, okay? 50 to 100. If you're lucky, you'll find it for 20, but try to aim to get it for 50 to 100. If you cannot, then okay, fine, stretch it up to 150 because you're still going to get double the money back. But still, you're going to need to try to find 50 to 100 because you'll make the most money that way. Okay, don't spend too much time finding the cheapest furs, which city has the cheapest furs, or which town has the cheapest furs, or which village has the cheapest furs. Just grab the furs, man, all right? Grab the furs, fill up your inventory, stack it up as much as you can. Get some timber if also. Timber is particularly cheap in Castle Black, okay? But you can also get furs there, all right? Remember that. And then head over to White Harbor. Take a ship. Don't take the land route. Ships are safer. Make sure you don't spend too much in an army because the more men you have, guess what's going to be more expensive? The voyage. Okay, so you want that to be as cheap as possible, so you have as less people as possible. So from White Harbor, head over to Sisterton, sell off your furs. Head over to Gold Town, but before you do that, actually, while you're at Sisterton, if White Harbor still has more furs, or let's say Broken Branch has more furs, head back over to White Harbor, grab them, and then go to Gold Town. Okay, you want to stack up. Why not? Stack up as much as you can. Okay, be smart about this. Make sure you go back and restack up. Restack, and then go to Gold Town. Okay, which is over here. Sell at Gold Town. Okay, then from Gold Town, you want to go to Dragonstone. At Dragonstone, what you should do is sell off. You want to sell off the furs at Dragonstone as well, and buy iron and stone. Iron and stone. Stone should go for cheap. Stone's profits aren't immensely high, but you will profit, okay? So you can buy it for maybe 30 to 40 and sell it to like at around 100, okay? So it's still profit. It's still, if you have room in your inventory, get stone. If you don't have enough room, prioritize getting iron, okay? Once you're at Dragonstone, I suggest at this point you head over to King's Landing and you talk to Joffrey Baratheon. Okay, why? So you can make peace with the Lannisters. Okay, you want to make peace with the Lannisters. Okay, to make peace, 1,600. Okay, I just quickly need to give myself the money. 1 second, please. Let me just get myself the money. Cool. So we'll approach the gates, King Joffrey Baratheon. So head over by ship. Make sure you do this. Like so. Okay. Do not approach Joffrey Baratheon if he's on the field. If he's on the field, he will attack you. So do not do that. Make sure he's sitting at King's Landing and then approach him. Preferably by ship. Okay. Once you're here, you should be able to. I mean, these Lannister men are still going to follow me because they're programmed by the mod creator to attack us. So they're not going to stop attacking us, although we are at peace. So screw them. But once you're out of King's Landing, you won't be attacked. I'm only being attacked by these guys because, of course, I've been jotting around the map and they haven't had the chance to move. Yeah. So you head over to Maidenpool, sell off some furs there. Don't buy salt at Maidenpool. Although it's part of the Riverlands, salt is expensive there. Buy salt at Salt Pans, at Lord Harroway's town, and at Riverrun. Try to aim to get your salt for about 50. If you're lucky, and it can go up to. Sometimes you can get up to 150, but try to find at around 100 or less than 100. Okay, for your salt. Take those to the Westlands. Now you're at peace with the Westlands, no one's going to attack you, okay? Except for Robber Knights and, of course, Outlaws. Go to Kais, go to Lannisport, and go to and go to Stony Sept. Buy furs, sell your furs, buy iron and buy stone. Okay, then you can sell those iron and stone in the Riverlands. Head back over to the north. You can take the main route. You can take the main route. Make sure you avoid the main roads. Okay, take it nice and slowly. Don't press control space. You will inevitably run into some bad guys and they will kill you. So don't do it. Head back over to the north. Buy furs. Sell your iron and stone, and then any remaining salt. Get the furs. White Harbour, Sisterton, Goldtown. Repeat, and in no time you'll be balling. All right, you'll be balling. You'll be a millionaire. Okay. This is the monopoly of a World of Ice and Fire mod. Okay, this is how you make money. Okay, trade. Once you do trade, you're gonna stack the cash up. Don't spend the cash on armor. Don't spend the cash on weapons. Spend the cash on enterprises, please. Okay, please, on enterprises. Remember, what don't you need? You don't need a large army. Okay, you do not need a large army. Okay, cool. Another thing that we need to do, you can do, is go to the Night's Watch and sell your prisoners off to the Night's Watch. Preferably, okay, Raven time, okay. Man, this always happens when I'm trying to explain something, okay. All right, so please forgive me, guys. I'm just going to quickly do this. Okay, so this Raven is a Raven from Eddard Stark to Robb Baratheon. You can take it to either the one true king, Stannis the Manis, or you can give it to the traitor Lord Tywin Lannister. It's up to you. If you want to take it to Lord Tywin Lannister, you're going to get showered with gold, 1,500. If you take it to the one true king, you're just going to get some approval. That's it. Oh man, Stannis, I can't. I have to give it to Stannis. I must give it to Stannis. Okay. And then these poachers will be sent after you, okay? So you can fight those poachers. They're running away from me for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Old gods worshippers, no problem. Okay. Now, when you send off prisoners to the Night's Watch, the best thing to do is not to sell them. Okay, the thing is, the Night's Watch will 9 times out of 10 you travel to the north, they will remain in their castles. Okay, they don't do shit. Okay, Night's Watch, they just wait for the free folk to swamp them. That's it. Okay, so what you try to do, if you can, sell the prisoners to them when they're on the field. Why? Because then the prisoners will go to their army. Okay, their field army, not to their garrison. If they're in the garrison, they will just sit there for the rest of the game. Okay, not doing shit. But if they're traveling on the field and they are put into the field army, that means when they are fighting the White Knight, when they're fighting the free folk, the prisoners you send them will be actively fighting for them, and also they can be upgraded for the Night's Watch. Okay, the Night's Watch vassals can upgrade them. Not all of your prisoners will go to them. Like, let's say you give off 20 prisoners, maybe 5 of them will go to the Night's Watch. Okay, otherwise it will be too OP. You'll make the Night's Watch like have 1 million troops. Otherwise, you get me. So this is another way of extraordinary income. Okay, we can also loot and pillage. Well, I mean, you can loot towns and villages. Yeah, that's self-explanatory. If you don't want to lose renown and stuff, if you don't care about that, then that's up to you. Tournaments. Now, tournaments is a bit different in this mod. You fight with your own equipment. That means your own sword, your own shield, your own armor. If you are not prepared, therefore, do not participate in tournaments. And when you do participate in tournaments, when you're confident enough that you have enough armor, enough equipment, then please bet 500 every round. Do not forget that. Bet 500 every round and make sure you get your 20k if you win the tournament. Okay, tournaments aren't that hard once you have equipped yourself well. Tournaments are not that hard. You should be able to defeat all of them, even those plated, Knight of the Last Infantry, Dontos Hollard, you should beat them. Okay, no problem. You should be able to beat them. Okay. Once you, for example, let's say we're at Fair Market and I won a tournament at Fair Market. What do you do at Fair Market as soon as you win the tournament? You build an enterprise. Building enterprises is the #1 way of long-term income. You don't want to continue trading in the late game, okay? It's boring. Trading is boring. It's tedious. It's continuous. It's just repetitive. Don't trade in the late game. What you want to do is you want to build an enterprise, and you want the enterprises to fund your war machine, right? So your enterprises, you can usually in this mod there are 3 enterprises which are always profitable: granaries, ironworks, and also wine presses. In most cases, granaries are going to have to be an option. What you can do, you can just talk to the guild master, of course. Talk to the guild master, he'll tell you what's what, you know, how expensive something is. Okay, I'm not going to go into those basics. That's very basic stuff. That's not going to come from me today. I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks. Okay. What I also will tell you is that ironworks, I can remember a couple of occasions in which ironworks are definitely profitable. Dragonstone, Stony Sept, basically the Westerlands. Okay, I'm not going to talk about all of them. Lord's Port as well. These are all the ironwork locations. I believe in terms of wine presses, a lot of those wine presses are very profitable, or I think Bravos is very profitable, and also Morgh, and other areas. But in Essos, a lot of areas are going to be wine presses. But make sure you have an enterprise set up in as many locations as you can, okay? Because in the late game, that will field your armies. Believe me, it's going to make a difference. If you don't do it, you're going to regret it. Okay. Another thing we said, gold mines. All right, gold mines. If you are okay with tarnishing your reputation a bit, it's not going to be crazy. You go to the gold mines right over here. So you see these 2 mountain ranges. It's going to be between them, between Clegane's Keep and Deep Den. You'll see this gold mine. Okay. The way the gold mine works is you will provide the gold mine with 1 prisoner. Okay, it doesn't matter how high tier this prisoner is, even if this prisoner is the best soldier in the entire world, he will give you 10 gold every week. 10 gold. 1 prisoner, 10 gold. But here's the catch. For each prisoner you put into the gold mine, you must have an equal amount of guards. Okay, prison guards. So what does that mean? If you have 100 prisoners, you need 100 prison guards. It does not matter what quality these prison guards are. You are going to keep the safe. You're going to keep it safe. If you do not have enough guards, the people at the gold mines, they will, and it's not by chance. It's almost certainty. It's a mathematical certainty that they will be able to rebel and escape the gold mines. Okay, what you want to do is maintain a 1-to-1 ratio. Now the only problem is that you have to pay the garrison, of course. It's just like if you put them into a castle or into a city. You must pay the garrison. It does not matter what quality the garrison is. Even if you have some random kids protecting guarding the best soldier in the world, the kid will be able to do it. Okay, so don't worry about the quality of your garrison. Nobody's going to attack the gold mine. The gold mine is simply there to form an equilibrium between the garrison and also the prisoners. So who do you put as your garrison? How do you maintain the most profit? There are 3 troops that come to mind. Okay, you're going to have camp followers, camp women, and also volantine slaves. Okay, so what did I say? I'm going to actually bring up the troop tree. Volantine. Okay, volantine slaves. You grab volantine slaves. Don't worry about doing this too much, okay? Because I don't want you guys keep on having to go to Volantis and then come back, you know. But when you're in Essos and you have the time, grab the volantine slaves and just throw them into the garrison at your gold mines, okay? Keep them there. They can sit there until you put in prisoners, all right? Don't upgrade the volantine slaves. Keep them as volantine slaves. They will cost you 2 stags a week, okay? 2 stags a week. That means if you have 100 gold mine prisoners and you have 100 volantine slaves, you're going to make 800 profit, okay? Because 100 times 10 is 1,000, and 2 times by 100 is 200. 1,000 minus 200 is 800. Does that make sense? Ideally, you would like to get camp women. Camp women cost 1 stag a week. Okay, they cost 1 stag a week, which means you'll be getting 9 profit for each prisoner, right? That is the most ideal, but they are hard to come by. So that's why volantine slaves are the best, okay? So yeah, instead of the slaves working the gold mines, the slaves will be guarding our gold mines. Another thing that I actually read online, someone suggested you put Unsullied into the gold mine. Unsullied although they cost 0 stacks per week, so obviously on paper that sounds pretty good, okay? Because then you get 100, you'll get 100% profit for the gold mines, but don't do it because Unsullied are good soldiers, okay? They are more useful on the field of battle than in the gold mines, okay? You want them fighting, all right? So don't put Unsullied in there, please. Okay? All right, cool. So that's the gold mines done. I hope that made sense. Tax income then, all right? So tax income, once you are a lord, grab some spies. You can find them in taverns. It's randomly generated. So if you ever come across a spy, just grab them for later. All you have to do, let's say you're the owner of Silverhall. You just, okay, that's not a city, never mind. I want to go to a city. Let's say you're the owner of King's Landing. Let's say, okay, King's Landing, right? You'll be able to right-click King's Landing. I can't do it now because I don't have spies and I don't own it, but I would like to right-click King's Landing, and then it will have the option to say send a spy here. I will click on that option, the spy will go there, and it will increase my relationship with King's Landing. As a result, I can then up the taxes in King's Landing without too much relationship penalties, and I won't suffer rebellions. Perfect. Cool. So that is money making. Job done. Easy peasy. Okay. So I think I should recap one last time, maybe the trade routes. No, I think I was quite clear on that. Yeah, I think I was quite clear. Okay. I won't recap it. Okay. So next up, after money. Okay, so what? All my notes are all over the area. Okay, troops. All right, troops. Oh god, this is gonna be long. This is gonna be so freaking long. All right, we will go in order. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about these guys because these guys. Okay, I'll talk very briefly about them. They will be in Essos. Okay, they are your bandit parties in Essos. If you can get them, get exiled knights into your party because they are very good. That's all I'm going to say. Bandit leaders, these guys will face you. They will lead the outlaw poacher parties. Okay, their 2-hour axemen can hurt, so be careful of that. Sellsword captains you can find in taverns. Okay, if you capture bandit leaders, you can also put them into your party and then upgrade into a sellsword captain. Sellsword captains, they are pretty good. Like, if you had an army of these guys, you'd easily win the war. Okay, these guys are pretty good, but their purpose is to basically serve as a mini vessel. Okay, although they're not going to be a full-on vessel, they will be. You can give them a portion of your army, and they will serve you. They won't betray you. They will serve you, and then they'll. If you want them to patrol a certain area, they'll patrol it. If you want them to garrison a certain area, they will garrison it. They will serve you. They are basically like your captain, your own captain. Okay, you can give commands to him to lead a portion of your army somewhere. Okay, that's literally it. Okay, mercenaries. Okay, these are the Westerosi mercenaries. They are not good. Try to avoid them if you can. The only thing I would say is that these sworn swords do have a good sword, so they can hurt. You'll face these guys a lot in tournaments. Okay, you'll see them a lot in tournaments, and they are a bit tanky in tournaments. Okay, so be careful of them. They because they have a 2-handed longsword. They are a bit slow with it, and so you can parry them, you can block them, and you can attack them before they can attack you. But do be careful. If they get one landed hit on you, they will end you. Okay. Veteran free riders are terrible. They have no helmet. They have a weak horse. They have bad armor. Please avoid them. Okay. Next up, gold cloaks. To get gold cloaks, you must be the owner of King's Landing, and furthermore, you must go to Lord Janos Slint. Okay. Oh no, I haven't gotten rid of I haven't gotten rid of this bloody, what's it called? Options. This disable scenic menu. I'm gonna disable that, please. I don't want it. Okay, visit the Lord's Hall. All right, I'm visiting the Lord's Hall now, and I would like to go to Lord Janos Slint. You will find Janos Slint at the end of the corridor, by the chest over here. Here he is. Okay, he looks quite like the show counterparts. Actually, that's pretty well done. Okay, and you talk to him, and you must be the owner of King's Landing. Okay, you must be the owner in order to do so. Cool. So now you're at King's Landing, you own him, you own King's Landing, you can get gold cloaks. Now, what the hell are gold cloaks? They are terrible. They are a waste of money. Okay, I think you get 5, no, how much was it? 10 for 5k? In my Blackfyre series, I have actually converted these guys, I've customized them to dragon cloaks, okay, to dragon cloaks. So I made them a bit better, but I don't even hire them, to be honest. Even I don't hire them. I hire my Blackfyre troop tree. Okay, my Blackfyre troop tree, which I love to bits. It's so good. Okay. Next up is Golden Company. Now, I've seen these guys fight a bit because I hired them for my Blackfyre series, and they are all not that good. Okay, however, their longbowman has one thing going for them. Although their power draw is low, their proficiency can be better. They have one thing going for them. They have a good bow. All right, their good bow does good damage output. Okay, that's one thing that's going for them, and they have served me well. Okay, they have served me well. Their heavy infantry is not good. Their cavalry is not good. Not only do they have a bad horse, their leg armor is also bad, which means they will have their legs cut, tibial vein cut. You know, their tibial veins will be cut, and anterior posterior tibial veins, boom, they're dead. Okay, they dead. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, femoral veins, popliteal veins, all cut. Okay, and arteries, they're all going to be cut. Sorry, I meant artery there. I mean, there are the veins as well, but I meant to say arteries. They're all going to get cut. Okay, so they will die. They're going to die. All right, the main artery of the leg will be cut, and they will die. Okay, so and because they're on horseback, you know, when they're trapped by infantry, the infantry are going to strike one thing: their legs. Okay, either their horse or their legs, and so these guys will die. They have these elephants. Now, these elephants are interesting. I've seen them fight once, and they aren't that surprising. Like, I mean, when I first had them, I've expected them to, you know, be huge beasts, but in fact they're small. They're way smaller than giants, and they're about the same size of a horse. Okay, so I wish they were a bit larger. They are very slow, but they are tanky. Okay, they are tanky, and these guys have a long ass spear. Like, whoa, that is some long ass spear. Okay, 270 weapon reach, and they can stab and yank with it. All right, and they have some throwing javelins too. Okay, however, their power throw is kind of low, so it's a bit iffy on that. But they are fast throwers. They will be fast throwers with those with that good proficiency. Anyways, that's the elephant riders for you. They are going to be terrible in sieges, but they're going to be useful in the field of battle. And their longbowmen are good. But infantry and spearmen, try to avoid them. They are very easy to kill. All right, next up, Ironborn pirates. Okay, we'll skip those. These are just bandits. No one cares. No one cares about these either. Northern clansmen. R'hllor, okay. R'hllor, I will talk about. I won't talk about these people. They're atrocious. There's no point in even in having them. There is some arguments to be made for the veteran Fireborn because they have fire arrows as well as the Fireborn. They have fire arrows. So what you can do, you can hire them only if you are a law, and you can bring them into your army to fight the White Walkers. Other than that, don't have them fight anything else because they are terrible. Okay, they are terrible. You can have them fight against the White Walkers, and potentially you can make them dismount their horses, which is going to always be better. Dismounted archers are better than mounted archers in this game. And dismount them, form a wall for against the White Walkers with your horses, so you can funnel them in certain areas, and then your archers can have some fun. Yeah, okay. So that's the only thing that the veteran Fireborn have going for them. Okay. Next up is Sellswords. Not interested. I'm not going to waste time talking about those. We have free riders. Not good at all. Just take a look at them. These guys are amazing. Man, sandals, what leg armor, man? How's that providing any leg armor? Alright, if you say so. Alright, then we have veteran free riders. Now, veteran free riders, they are not good. Look at their armor. Their boots aren't good. They have saddle horses, man. Even some can come with the ponies. I didn't even know that. Okay, that's how bad they are. Okay, I never utilize them. Never. Yeah, terrible. Okay. Camp women. Now, remember I said, oh, they're slaves as well. Maybe I was wrong. I think it was slaves and camp women for the camps. In any case, you'll figure it out. Whichever ones cost, it doesn't have to be this camp one. Whatever unit costs 1 or 2 stacks a week, put them into your gold mine garrisons. Okay. All right, that's all. That's all. So don't ever upgrade them. They literally don't. Why would you ever upgrade these people? What do they provide to your army? They're nothing. So please don't upgrade them. If you find soldier's wife or camp defenders, don't hire them. Don't bring them into your party. Leave them out. Okay, just get these two. I think this one was cheap. I don't remember. Maybe it was just slave and camp. Maybe I was wrong, and it's just these two. Makes sense. This is one and this is two per week, and this one it costs a bit more. But get these people, garrison them into your gold mines. All right, that's gonna make you profit. The Brotherhood are simply your friends. Then you can't hire them, but you can save them from captured lords, from captivity from other lords that you fight. Outlaw poachers are terrible, but in the early game, one lucky arrow from them can hit you and they can kill you. Okay, so be careful. Thieves, bandits, brigands, and robber knights. Okay, so thieves are very easy to kill, but if you find them, bring them into your party. Why? Why do I say this? If they're so easy to kill, why would you ever bring them? Bandits also easy to kill. Brigands are actually decent. Okay, they aren't special. They are decent. Okay, they can keep themselves alive up to the point they are upgraded to robber knights. You can get these robber knights if you can. Put them into your army, man. Put them into your army and use them. Use them, please. Use them. They are so good. Okay, they are so good. If you see them on roaming around the map and they are chasing you, try to run to the nearest castle and stay there for some time. Stay there for one night. If you can't run anywhere, just accept your fate. Let them come to you. Pay them off. Okay. Thankfully, you can pay robber knights off, but try not to fight them, because believe me, even if you have even if you outnumber them, if they're confident enough to fight you, it means they're confident for a reason. Okay, it means they can beat you. Okay, so if you can get thieves or bandits, grab them to your party. Don't send those to battle, but get them upgraded to robber knight status, because they are good. All right, next up is tribesmen. Now, tribesmen, these moon brothers are your shock infantry. Okay, they are terrible until they get into close quarters. When they get into close quarters, they can cause some damage. Okay, they are not the best shock infantry out there, but they can cause some damage. And as they're advancing, they can fire arrows at the enemy. Okay, but once they have those 200 axes out, they can cause some casualties in the enemy. Okay, they can. They are shock infantry. You use them as shock infantry. Do not make them hold any line. They will not be able to do it. You make them charge at the enemy. So if you are going to use shock infantry in your tactics, make these a separate unit. Don't put them into the main body of infantry. Okay. All right. Cool. You can hire moon brothers. Literally, if you'll find a group of moon brothers and sons of the mist that are going to be patrolling this area, you can hire them. Okay, within this area. But they will attack you, so be careful. If you don't have the money to pay them, I think it's 10k for the Moon Brothers. I think if you don't have the money to hire them, or you don't want to hire them, and you don't have the ability to fight them, be very, very careful and don't underestimate them. There is 200 of them. Your archers will not be able to stop them by the time they get to you. They are shock infantry. By the time they reach your lines, they will cut down your infantry. Believe me. Okay. They are shock infantry. That's the purpose of them, right? So be careful. Unsullied. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna get like many dislikes now from what I'm about to say. I'm gonna consider maybe I shouldn't say it. Unsullied. They're fine. They're good. All right, let's take a look. Let's analyze them together. Let's try to be reasonable here. Okay, let's try to be reasonable. They have 7 power throw because they do have javelins. But their proficiency, my goodness, my poop has better proficiency than this. Their one-handed and polearm proficiencies are very good. Okay, they are superior. There is very little to equal them. But their main weakness is their very short sword with their very weak armor, which means once you're in close combat with them, there's nothing that can be done. Then there's very little that can be done. Their shield also isn't that great. Okay, there's really nothing that can be done. The falchion is very little, very small. Okay, Their armor is also very bad. I'm not confident in their armor, and you can see how their neck is exposed. You can see how their axillary artery there is exposed, how their brachial artery is exposed. Over here, yeah, man, there is nothing that can done. Right? You can even strike their radial artery right here, and there is nothing that you can. There is nothing that you can. There's nothing that can be said. Their armor is very bad. It's not suited to fight heavily armored opponents. They are good in Essos, but really in Westeros, I don't think they're going to be that much of a kick-ass, that they will be in Westeros. They're not equipped for a Westerosi lifestyle, okay, for a Westerosi style of warfare. They're not even close to it. So, yeah. Veteran side, for the reason of their armor, I'm not very big fan of. I avoid them. They're very expensive. If you can get them for free, well, of course I'll take them, but they are too expensive other than that, okay? Cool. Bravos. Oh my god, goodness gracious, bravos. This troop tree makes me want to start smoking. Okay, start smoking a bunch of cigarettes. Honestly, this troop tree stresses me out. Even looking at it makes me stressed out. I honestly want to smash my computer by looking at them. They are terrible. And you might think, okay, well, if they're so terrible, why do you care? Okay, I care because for one of Lord Varys' quests, you have to get 12 skilled bravos out of any troop that Varys wants. Out of any troop. I can give him my shit. My shit is better than the skilled bravos. Out of any troop that Lord Varys wants, he wants 12 skilled bravos. You're fucking joking. These skilled bravos are so hard to upgrade into. Their fourth troop. You might be saying, oh, but it's easy peasy. But the thing is, you can't send your Bravo C into battle because they will die. They are going to die. They're going to melt. Yeah, they're going to disintegrate. Okay, they will vaporize. The enemy can put their pinky finger on them and they will vaporize. Do you understand? They have nothing going for them. Let me show you. Just look at this. They're not wearing anything. You might as well go into battle naked, my friend. What are you doing? They have nothing. They will get killed. One arrow will kill them. One fart onto their face will kill them. You pee on them, they will die. So you can't send them to battle. You have to keep them at the back and safe. Okay, even assign a couple of bodyguards if you have to them. Okay, they are your precious. You must protect them, but you have to grind, because they are not going to get XP from themselves. The XP that goes to them will be shared across the party. So you have to get the skilled bravos that way, unfortunately. Then you have to get 12, man, 12. Jesus, okay. Alright, don't ever get any bravos here apart from that. Oh, if you want to build a SOC army, okay, a SOC based army, perhaps getting some naval marines here and there, I would accept. Okay, why? Because their crossbow proficiency is wow. Okay, and they are good. They have good crossbows. Okay, not the best crossbows, but with the proficiency at hand, oh man, and they can hold their own. Because let's be honest, the Florent is very fast. Okay, it's extremely fast. They will be swinging at the enemy. Okay, they will be swinging that shit. Okay, so keep that in mind. But man, like water dancers, like man, they have good power strike. Okay, I'm sure if they land their swords and so on, it's game over. But no, man, don't get them. They're gonna die. They're gonna get killed. Okay, please avoid them. All right, Dawn. Okay, what does Dawn have going for them? To be honest, nothing. I don't really like this faction in terms of what they have. Now, you have their elite heavy spearmen, okay? Their elite heavy spearmen. Now, what do they have? They have good proficiencies. They have decent striking, but their armor is not. There are spearmen with better armor, okay? Now, what Dawn has that is good is their sabers.
Every one of their troops have sabers. Maybe some of them have scimitars, but I mean, when they have scimitars, it's even worse. Okay, because scimitars are very fast. Okay, they are very, very fast. So when you're climbing the ladder to attack them, to siege them, they are going to be spamming the attack button on you. Okay, they're going to be swinging that scimitar like there's no tomorrow, and they're going to be slashing at thin air until someone pokes their head up, and they'll slash their head as well. Okay, so at actually sieging Dornish castles and cities are costly. It's not that easy. Beating them on the field of battle, it's easy. It's very long though because of these bloody sand scouts, scan cavalry, and nomad cavalry. These guys actually piss me off. You have no idea. It takes so long to chase them down because they are so fast and they don't give up. They don't give up. You can murder the entire army. You can torture them in by their very own eyes and they won't be deterred. Okay, they will still be running circles and they won't, even their arrows. They don't do shit. They can't kill anyone. But until they run out of arrows, that's it. Okay, so they are so annoying to fight. Okay, just for that reason. But they are very easy to kill. One thing that I do like is their sand warrior. They are basically they are the Dornish unit that is going to be basically their skirmisher, as well as their all around unit. Okay, their all around unit, and they look pretty cool. That's the only thing I can say for Dorn. Dothraki Khalisar, at first glance, they might look naked to you, but they are not. They actually have armor on. What did I just say? They have armor on. Their skin is their armor. They are so strong. They have such thick muscles that their skin is literal armor. But it's not good armor. Okay, it's not good enough. So, yes. Unfortunately, that won't protect their organs. Yeah, it won't protect their organs. That's what I can say. They have stallions, which are fast, and they have Arabs. Arabs are pretty good. Okay, there is a long Arak as well, which is very long. It's good on horseback, so if you can get it, good on you. You can usually find them by trading with some merchants within the taverns. Okay, you can do that. But the Dothraki Khalisar, I would avoid them. Honestly, there's no point in even having any of them. It's pointless. Actually, though, I must actually add something. If you really want Dothraki, okay, I would say fine. Go get these great Dothraki riders. These great Dothraki riders have a very good bow. Okay, is 41 cutting damage with 150 damage to their bow. The thing is that they have high archery proficiency and very good power draw. These guys, dismount them, don't make them go on the horse. The horse archers are bad, okay? It's always bad. No matter what mod, I haven't played a single mod where horse archers are decent, okay? Okay, so dismount them and use them as foot archers, then they're good, okay? Then they are one of the best archers, okay? My favorite faction, okay? Dragonstone. Why are they my favorite faction? Because, in the main mod, okay, without any editing or without any of your own your own considerations, they aren't good. Okay, they aren't very good. Why? Because for some reason the Dragonstone House Guard is mounted. If anyone from the moderation team of A World of Ice and Fire mod is watching this at this point, I appreciate it. I actually really do. It's an honor to have you watching this video, and of course I wonder what you guys think about my overall guide. But at the same time, I would really give some criticism about the fact that the Dragonstone House Guard is on a horse, because in my opinion, when I take them off the horse, they are amazing. Okay, of course, I changed the athletics and riding, so I make the athletics 8, and I moved the riding to 2. But when that happens, they are such good infantry, man. They are such good infantry. Look at that proficiency. That's higher than the unsullied proficiency, and their sword is good, and they have very good armor. That not only do they have 53 body armor, but they have plus 12 over here, so they have in total 65 body armor. Yeah, man, these people are. This is the way to go. As infantry, they are so good. Why don't I like them as cavalry? Because they have bad horses. They have very bad, and they have very bad leg armor. Okay, so that leg armor will cause them to get killed. Right. So that's why I really hope that the next update will see these guys dismounted and as foot soldiers, because they are very good foot soldiers. I would say they are the best by a mile, by a huge distance, if you change them to foot soldiers, and you obviously swap the athletics and riding with one another. They are superior as foot soldiers. Okay. Now, Dragonstone Knights, it just appears to me like they are just a bit of a better Dragonstone Knight. So why not move the Dragonstone House Guard over here then? Like, that would make more sense if you upgraded Dragonstone Knight to the House Guard. Maybe they want them to be a cavalry, I don't know. But even Dragonstone Guard is amazing. Even Dragonstone Guard is amazing. Look at this. Look at that. Okay? Look at that. It's amazing. And they look so cool. That's all I have to say. They look so good. I'm smiling right now. You have no idea. I love the armor of Dragonstone. It just looks so good. I love it in this mode. It's so sexy. Such good armor. Alright, okay, stop being weird. Free folk. Oh my goodness gracious, free folk. Okay, free folk, they are large in size. They have so many troops, but each and one of their troops is dog shit. Okay, in the kindest regards, they literally have bone axes. Imagine they are primitive. Okay, yeah, they have stone axes. They are still in the Stone Age. These people are primitive. Okay, they are primitive. They haven't discovered new elements yet. Okay, fair enough. Some of them have bronze. Oh no, actually no, they don't have bronze. The Fen have bronze. Okay, never mind. But they have some damage busters. So I assume they steal this from the Night's Watch, I guess. But apart from that, they have nothing. You know, they literally have what the hell is this? An ice pick. Freaking hell! Like, you know, I know nothing about their army. It's so bad. Like, it really is. Like, I would like to see, you know, like, for example, their Wildling Champion Raiders, they have decent power strike, okay, and because they do have the arming sword, they can do some damage, but you will never see them in the field of battle because these guys will die by the time they get to Wildling Raid Champions. You know, they will die. These its predecessors will all die. Okay. So yeah, the precursors of the Wildling Champion Raider will die. So there's no point, you know. So their more elite troops do look good on paper, but they will never be reached. That's the thing. Okay, so when you fight the free folk and the Wildlings, you're gonna commit war crimes. You're gonna commit a huge massacre. Fen are very bad. However, you'll find that when you fight Fen, you might suffer more casualties than you would when you fight the normal free folk, because they have bronze axes and they will have a lot of Fen champions in their army. Okay, what Fen is important for, and if you can get your hands on them, it's Fen champions and it's Fen chosen axemen. Why do I say that? Because they have obsidian daggers. Okay, they have obsidian daggers. As you can see, obsidian daggers. This means that they can kill White Walkers and Whites. Unfortunately, their shield is shit, but with their daggers, hopefully, you know, if with enough numbers, they can cause enough casualties on the White Walkers. So if you can capture them and you can put them into your army, save them in those settlements or garrisons or troop quarters, do it, okay? Make sure you do it and you use them well. All right. Giants. So giants, they are very strong. I won't go into too much detail with them. They're very strong. They have very good armor. They can one tap you, but they are very slow, and also they are vulnerable to missile fire. So that means archers, as they're very big targets, and also couch lance attacks, in my experience, are the best way to deal with them. You just charge at them with a couch lance, and you will take them out within at least 2 hits. Okay, maximum 2 hits. Sorry. Okay. House Targaryen, you have basically a Targaryen line under Daenerys or Aegon Targaryen, depending on which if you go with the TV or show or book version respectively. And you have the other House Targaryen. I think this should be renamed to Crownland line, but they're basically the same. They're analogues of one another basically. if you choose your starting stats as Valerian, your starting people as Valerian, not Valerian, sorry, Valyrian, not Valerians. The Valerians are different at the house. The Valyrians, if you start as a Valyrian, you will be able to access this troop tree line. They have decent everything, but they have nothing special. So their Crown and Knights are decent. I personally have used these in my experience. They're the better ones. They're the better ones out there. But the reason why they are very good is because of their longsword. Their longsword actually does 39 cutting damage, which is decent. Okay, they have decent armor as well, so I like that. I like that armor. But apart from that, they are not super duper special. But they are cheap to get into. They are very cheap and easy to get into. That's an important thing to also mention. They're easy to get. Crown and Marksman are middle tier. There's nothing special about them. Okay. I mean, they're better than most other Westerosi troops. I'm just gonna quickly alter my air conditioner. It is super hot here. I'm living by the seaside where there's very little humidity, very little wind. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn that off. I'm gonna sneeze as well. Oh goodness gracious. Okay, cool. So these Crown and Marksmen actually they have some things going for them, I would say. So the things going for them is that they have decent proficiencies, and also in terms of their power draw, it's good. But the main thing that's going for them is their longbow. Okay, it has good weapon damage output. Okay, that's the good thing. Okay, so they are one of the better ones in Westeros, but not the best in Westeros, okay? And certainly not the best in the entire mod. Okay, in terms of archers, you look to Essos. Okay, archers and Essos are way superior, okay? Crown and Elite Lancers, they are good in terms of their weapon proficiencies, but they're nothing special. Their horse is not strong, but it's not weak, but it's not that great. Okay, so there are better cavalry out there that I would suggest you guys get. Okay, so that's that. All right. What's after that? Lorath utilizes a mercenary troop tree, and actually their most elite mercenary units are decent. Okay, they are decent, but I don't put them into your army. There's better troops out there, but don't underestimate Lorath. Don't think, okay, it's just a minor island. They're gonna be bums. They're gonna be useless. Don't think that they have these guys serving them, and they will cause casualties. So be careful. Less. Not good. Their best unit is probably their Lycian Elite Archer, which is not that good. Okay, so List is not that strong. All right. You have Myr. Myr has absolutely. They have literally guys with bare feet in their army. They have the Myrish Warrior, which admittedly have good fighting stats in terms of their one-handed proficiencies and their power strike, but their scale hauberks and their armor in general is not great, and their shield is terrible. That shield will break very quickly, and then they're vulnerable because their armor is bad. Okay, so they're not that great. Don't rely on them. If you're going for an SOC build, I guess you have no choice, but you go for them. Night's Watch. Okay. Let's be quick about this. When you're hiring Night's Watch, which you have to hire Night's Watch troops. Okay, you discard their infantry and their cavalry. Never, ever put them into your army. The only infantry you do is the Night's Watch recruit and the rogue, because you need these rangers. There is zero arguments against this. You have to have these rangers in your army. Why? Because they are freaking good. Okay, their proficiencies are very good. Their power draw, oh man. But the most important of all is this. What did I say fire arrows are good for? Killing White Walkers and Whites. When the time comes, the inevitable Judgment Day arrives, these guys will be the difference between victory and defeat. Okay? Victory and defeat. For every battle you have with the White Walkers, every Night's Watch Ranger will have 30 arrows, fire arrows. This is the broadhead arrows, by the way, so it's not fire arrows, but 30 arrows that can kill and damage White Walkers. You need these guys in your army. There is no argument against it. Once the White Walkers are in close quarters with them, they can't do anything because they have the bastard sword. Okay, but what you can do is go on the Morgh and give them some Dragonglass. You can do that, but if you don't want to do any editing, which is absolutely fine, it's completely up to you. I think there are some edits that can be done to tailor to your own needs, but if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. And if you don't want to, then these Night's Watch Rangers will be killed if in close quarters, okay? Because they can't do anything. These bastard swords won't damage. They can slash the White Walker in half, and the White Walker will still be moving. So yeah, it won't kill them. So fire arrows will though, and since their proficiency is very high, they will be firing very fast. Okay, they will be firing very fast. So keep that in mind. You need those Night's Watch Elite Rangers. They are super expensive to upgrade into, and they are hard to get. What do I mean? So how do you get Night's Watch troops? If you are not a member of the Night's Watch, let me go to North Town to show you. Okay, I don't want to do forcible recruitment. 1 second. Recruit volunteers. Look, since I am not a brother of the Night's Watch, I can't recruit any of them. However, if I go over to Castle Black, I can visit the inn. And oh, for goodness sakes. Alright. Oh, okay, I need to get used to. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright. Cool, done. I cheated to kill him. I'm too used to my Daemon Blackfyre series that I'm used to just one tapping that guy. Okay, so where is he? Where can we get a Night's Watchman? Oh, okay, never mind. In this case, it's a Hedge Knight, but usually, where the Hedge Knight spawn? Okay, so usually you see where this Hedge Knight's standing, you'll see a rogue or a Night's Watch trainee ranger. You need to get those troops into your army. Okay, you need to hire them. Okay, you must hire them. Another way you can hire them is you take the castle. Let's say you take the Fist of the First Men. Inevitably, there's going to be Night's Watch rangers in there. Okay, you free them and put them into your party. What I suggest you do, strongly suggest you do, you set up a troop quarter or a settlement somewhere here, and you store every Night's Watch ranger that you have and put them there until the long nights. You do not use them to fight the other realm until the long nights. You need them to stay alive. You need to stack them up like there's no tomorrow. Okay, stack them up so you can fight the White Walkers. Okay, that's the only thing I must say about the Night's Watch. Apart from that, the Night's Watch is terrible. Okay, the Night's Watch can't do anything. Norvos. Okay, Norvos in terms of their units. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The bearded bishops are good with crossbow because they have a very good crossbow with very good damage output. But when they're in close quarters, there's nothing that they're finished. Once you're in close quarters with them, they are dead because they have bishop robes, which they're not gonna protect them. Okay, sorry. What they have good is a shock troop. Okay, this is a shock troop with crazy 200 proficiency, crazy power strike. These guys don't worry about their shields. They're not going to use their shields because they're going to use their axes, which is two-handed, which means they can't hold the shields. Because why? They have two hands. Yay. Okay, they have two hands. Their armor is also not that great, but if they are coming at you in numbers, okay, let's say 100 of them, yeah, run. Okay, run. I don't care what troops you have, even those Dragonstone House Guards won't stop them. Okay, once they get into close quarters, it's simply because they have piercing damage that they will win. Okay, 50 piercing damage will one tap many of your troops. Okay, so be careful. Do not underestimate them. They are super good. If you're gonna fight them, bring as many archers as you can. And as many fast firing archers as you can. And when they approach, you run. Okay, run and fire your bows at them. Okay, your infantry will get killed. Your cavalry will be killed. Believe me, they will not be able to make it. that battle axe will kill the horse. Even the plated horses won't be protected, and they will kill them. These are shock troops. They have no fear. They will go in and murder. So you need to be careful when you fight them. If you like shock troop tactics, you like aggressive tactics, these are the guys for you. You take these into your army and you murder everybody. Okay, you murder and brutalize anyone in your path. Okay, these guys can clear ramparts, they can clear battlefields, they can clear anything. Yeah, and you just send them and they'll get the job done. All right, they are very good. Holy moly guards, I call them. All right, cool. Next up, Pantos. Okay, I'm going to be very quick with this. All of these guys are dog shit. These guys are cow poop. But this guy, my days, he is going to be probably the best archer in the game. Why? Why, although his proficiency is less than a Night's Watchman Elite Ranger, do I say this? Because he has a longbow and a Night's Watchman has a hunting bow. This longbow has more damage output and therefore it is going to be superior. Right? That's why. If you get Pantoshi troops, go for their archers. Okay, we now have Cohort. So what does Cohort have going for them? They have actually pretty darn good infantry. Okay, why? Because unlike the Bravo C trainee, the Bravo C Water Dancers, who have very good power strike, unlike them, who also have very good 100 proficiencies, these guys have a shield. Okay, it's not a great shield, but it's a shield. Okay, they also have throwing weapons, which they can hurt. Okay, their power 4 isn't that great, so it's not that deep, but they have, like, I'm shocked by this head armor. I don't know how it was 50. Like, I was making notes before the video, and I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna talk about me. They have nothing, but then I see this helmet, I'm like, wow, 50 head armor. How is that giving you 50 head armor? Okay, and then you have this scale armor. It's not great, okay? With the gloves, you get 42 body armor, but the body armor isn't that great. But when they're in close quarters, they have the scimitar, which is fast as shit, and they have good proficiencies, which makes it even more fast as shit. And when they strike, they strike. Okay, so these these elite black goat warriors, they're good. Bring them into your party, yeah. If you're going for an SOC build, if you're not, don't travel all the way to Cohort just to get them up. Please do. Yeah, oops, I just dropped my water bottle. Okay, no water spilt, that's good, because it's closed. So please don't bring them into your party if you don't go to Cohort just to get them. Okay, it's not worth it. Because you need to upgrade all of these guys into them, and to do so, these guys will get killed. Okay, so they're not that great. Cool, next up, Iron Islands. One good thing about Iron Islands, okay, firstly, Ironborn scouts, forget about them. Don't bring them. You have the veteran marauders. These are the main infantry body of the Iron Islands. Okay, they are good because their shields are very good. They have the tower shield. It's very strong. Okay, and they have a good axe. These axes can pierce, and therefore they can do good damage to a shield wall. All right. They are good infantry to have, okay, but they are kind of expensive to upgrade into. Same thing with their veteran berserkers. These veteran berserkers are good shock troops. These are your shock troops, okay? Look at that 200 battle axe. They can, once they're in close quarters, it's going to be hard to fight them, okay? But where they shine is the finger dancers. You need these guys in the army. Believe me, they're so fun. not to face, but to have. But when you face them, you're scared for your life. Why do I say that? Because of these two bad boys. Yeah, or I should say these 8 bad boys. These 8 bad boys. Okay, these 4 bad boys. So 8 bad boys. Throwing axes. Their throwing power throw is 6 with decent throwing proficiency. Actually, very good throwing proficiency. If this throwing axe lands on you, your grave will be digged soon, within a couple hours. If that throwing axe lands on your shield will shatter into 1,000 pieces. Okay, they are amazing. These throwing axes are amazing, and these guys, make no mistake, they can throw. Okay, even if you're on horseback, they will land one even at your horse or yourself, and you will be dismounted and you will be killed. Right, so these throwing axes are super duper good. All right, so, and they're not terribly hard to upgrade into. Okay, so get those finger dancers into your army. Please do it. They are going to be real fun to have. Okay, literally have your finger dancers at the front of your army. Make them throw a couple of axes. Move them around, move them to your back. Move your main infantry body in front. The finger dancers can throw over the heads of your army, and they will have fun. Okay, use them as skirmishing units. All right, or you can put them on the flanks alternatively, and you can pepper the enemy flanks. Okay, good. Next up, the North. North, a lot of people's favorite faction. I am going to state something that might also give me extra dislikes. I am not a big fan of them. I don't think they're actually that good. Not even in the slightest. Okay. Now I think if you made some edits and you literally make one edit, just one edit. Okay, you make just one edit. This will change the entire faction. You see the Northern Guardsmen. Take a look at their armor, right? 53 body armor. And then you have these Northern House Guards, 41.5. You see, that's 46 body armor. No, it's a demotion. You're not getting. I mean, maybe there is some sort of testing that went on, which this is for balancing purposes. And I could see if these guys were given very good armor, that maybe they'll be too powerful. Maybe, I don't know. They have very good proficiencies. But the Guardsman also has good proficiencies. Okay, he has 2 less power strike. Okay, that's a big difference. But so maybe there is a balancing reason for it. I don't have any arguments against that if that's the case. And of course, the mod creators know more than me about all of that. I am no expert in game testing or anything like that, so I'm not gonna even dare to try and combat what they have created. But in my opinion, it is for that very reason that they are not that good. Okay, they are not that good because of their armor. Right now, it's not that they're not that good. They are still good, but they are not as good as other options that you can have. That's more correctly, I should say. Northern Spearmen. Northern Spearmen are going to be troops where now Northern Spearmen, they are good spearmen because their proficiencies are good and they have good armor, and that is why when I have northern troops, I tend to go the Northern Spearmen route. Okay, I tend to go that route. It's better for me, and I think it's better in general. They are the better troops, but I think if the Northern House Guard, if you edited them to have the same armor that the Guardsmen had, or you even swapped the Northern House Guard armor with the Northern Guardsmen, and you gave the Northern House Guard armor to the Northern Guardsmen, and then you swapped the Northern Guardsmen armor with the Northern House Guard, it would be a different story altogether. Northern House Guard would then be very good soldier, very, very good infantry. But it's for that reason I am not a big fan of the North. I tend to stay away from their Northern House Guards, and in fact, I tend to stay away from their troops in general. Okay, Northern Hunting Archer is terrible. Northern Cavalry is also very bad because it's their horse that is terrible. It's really bad, their horse, okay? Whereas if you take a look at House Stark, you see that their House Stark guards have very good armor, okay? You see that their House guards are actually equipped with pretty good armor. So I don't know if it was a mistake by the mod creators. And if it was a mistake, I think it would have been identified by now. But so it must be for balancing reasons. But I think the Northern House Guard should be given the same armor or be swapped with the armor of the Guardsmen. But with the Stark troop tree is a different story altogether. If you own Winterfell, you definitely get the Stark House Guards because they are a beast. Okay, they are very good. Good armor. They look very good as well. They look very tidy. Okay, I can just see them fighting with the Dragonstone House Guards. Damn. Okay. All right. So that's the Stark troop tree. Karstark. They basically have the same troop line, except that their house guards and their troops in general have a bit less worse armor. Okay, their armor is a bit worse. I can show you. Actually, no, their spearman is quite good actually, but no, it's the house guard, isn't it? Yeah, it's the house guard. You've seen 38 body armor, but their spearman's actually pretty good. I do take it back. They have pretty good armor on their spears. Okay. House Bolton. Now, if you play my Daemon Blackfyre, if you watch my Daemon Blackfyre series, you know that these guys are one of my favorites. Okay, my favorite unit in this game is this guy right here, Bolton House Guard. Okay, I admit Dragonstone House Guard is better looking in terms of its armor and equipment, but Bolton House Guard, man, jeez, these guys are super duper good. Okay, you see that 100 and that polearm proficiency? Wow, and they have very good body armor. Okay, they have very good body armor, and they have a very good shield. Very good shield. So, wow, the Unsullied have a bit better polearm proficiency, a bit better 100 proficiency. It's the Bolton House Guards that have much better armor and a much better shield. So all I can say is, man, Bolton House Guards, you are the best. In my Daemon Blackfyre series, I completely converted the entire Bolton troop tree into the Blackfyre troop tree, and I based the Blackfyre troop tree on the Bolton troop tree, so it's exactly the same layout. So you still have Bolton House Guards, which are basically the Bolton Spearman's more elite variant, and I called them Blackfyre House Guards. I remember I called this one Blackfyre Cataphract. I can put it on the screen so you guys can see. I might actually release my Blackfyre troop tree so you guys can download it, play with it if you like. Of course, I don't really mind. So I converted that to the Blackfyre troop tree, and Blackfyre troop tree has the same stats. The armor is just more different, so it looks more, Targaryen, Valerian, Blackfyre, I guess. So yeah. The reach. Okay, the reach. I'm not a fan of their infantry line. Okay, their house guards, actually, I wouldn't say they're terrible. They're not shite, but they are not up the top. That's not where they shine. Longbowmen, the only thing that has going for them is their longbow, good damage. But where they shine is the cavalry department. They are particularly good if you want cheap cavalry. Okay, I confess, to upgrade from Reach Mounted Sergeant to the Reach Knight, and definitely from the Reach Knight to the Reach Sworn Sword, it's very expensive. But to get Reach Riders and then Reach Mounted Sergeants is not that expensive. Unfortunately, the Reach Mounted Sergeants don't have a lance, which makes the whole point of them being cavalry kind of not, kind of gone. However, their knights do have a lance, and they are very good. Okay, their lances are, and when you get the sworn swords, the sworn sword lances are very good. These guys have jousting lances, so it's a bit on the bad side in terms of the blunt damage. But if they get a good charge in, of course they can one tap. But their sworn swords, they are very expensive, but yeah, they can do the damage. They can deliver a good fight. Okay, they have good proficiencies, and it is their armor that is where they shine. Okay, really, it's their armor that where they shine. The veil. Okay, oops. Okay, the veil. Their veil archers. They are okay. Let me put it this way. Imagine you have my shit next to it, right? My shit. My shit has been left there for 100 days. They are better than the Veil Archer. So please don't ever engage with the Veil Archer. You don't need them in your army. Believe me, no Veil Archers is better than having no army. No Veil Archers is better than having having them in your army. Okay, believe me, they offer nothing. Okay, they are terrible. Where the Veil shine is in its heavy units. Okay, it's heavier units. Now, this is another issue I have. You see the Veil, what was this, Kilo Cavalry? You see their armor? It's pretty good. They're pretty heavy. Then you have the Veil Knight, and they drop the armor again. Maybe once again it's for balancing purposes, but for this reason I am not that much of a fan of the transition between the Veil Cavalry to the Veil Knight. The Veil Cavalry also, the first two lines have very bad horses, which means that these guys tend to die. Okay, they tend to die before they even get to the Veil Knight. The Veil Knight also does not have a lance, which is problem. Okay, you want couch lances on your horses. You want to deliver couch lance attacks. The Veil Knights cannot provide that for you, unfortunately, and for that reason, I do not like the Veil Knight line. Okay, I do not like it. I do not touch it at all. What I do like about the Veil is the Veil House Guards, because the Veil House Guards are easy to upgrade into and they are pretty decent. Okay, they are pretty decent. Okay, they are well armored and they are pretty decent. But apart from that, I am not a fan of the Veil. I don't think the Veil is a strong faction at all. The Westerlands. Westerlands have two things that are exceptional. One of them is the Westerland Knight, best cavalry by far. Very good proficiencies. Their horse is very good. They have a very good. They have a polearm, which is imperative, and they have decent armor as well. Okay, and they have decent armor, very good armor. Why am I saying decent? They have it's very good armor. Their knight is exceptional. Only bad thing is very expensive to get them. Even from Western Scout, which is atrocious. By the way, it's atrocious. The Western Scout is dog poop and cat poop put together, right? It is terrible. Even actually, that's an insult to dog poop and cat poop. That's how terrible the Western Scout is. But to upgrade them to the Western Freerider is a bit expensive. But damn, to get from a Western Freerider to a Western Knight is, oh damn, that's a fortune. Okay, it's very expensive, and rightly so, because they're very good. They are super duper good, and they are very scary to face. Okay, because they're always charging you with a couch lance, you know. So they're very scary. They are the best. Oh yeah, another thing that's going for them is the Westerland Arbalester. Why is they very good? Because their proficiency isn't that great, but look at that. Heavy crossbow. So that's 75 plus 13. 80, that is 88. Okay? 88 damage. My goodness. They get one hit on you, they'll miss you. They can hold castles. They can siege castles as well. All right, crossbows are very good for that. The Westland infantry line, unfortunately, is not great. Tywin Lannister forgot to give his forgot to give his troops some shields. So yeah, they're gonna die. No questions asked. There's no need to even have them in your army. They're not good. They're not good whatsoever. Well, House Lannister. Okay, House Lannister. Unfortunately, House Lannister, I'm actually disappointed in their troop tree. It's a very big downgrade, in my opinion, from their main troop line. The only exception you can make is maybe their horses have good armor in this case, but they have even worse horses and no lance. That is a big disadvantage, not having lances. You want to have lances, man. Your horses need lances. That is a huge advantage. They are mounted and they have a lance which is long. It's a huge advantage. These Red Cloak Knights stand no chance against spearmen. They stand no chance against infantry in close quarters, because the infantry in close quarters will kill that horse very quickly, and it's game over at that point. Okay. What they have that is decent is these Lannister Knights. Okay, I do like them, but unfortunately you can't access them that much unless you own. I don't even know if it's Casterly Rock or Lannisport. The Longbowmen have the longbow going for them, but unfortunately it's not great. But Westland Knights, they are exceptional. They are flawless. They are very good. Okay, except for their price cost. That's the only flaw about them. Tyrosh, please. I mean, their best unit is a Tyroshi Slave Archer, which is not even good. Okay. Slave Warriors, they have no shields and they have terrible armor. They will die. Valentine soldiers are very bad. Don't get them. Valentine Cataphracts. They don't have a lance, but they do have this Morning Star. Okay, and that it has reach. It has reach and it does good blunt damage. And for that reason, they can be considered okay. I haven't tested them myself too much. They don't look terribly bad on paper, but I would rather get in their shining units called the Tiger Cloak Elite Archer. The Tiger Cloak Elite Archer is a different story altogether. These guys are they're brutally effective. They are brutally effective. They have such a good bow and such good arrows. Okay, it's very difficult to choose between them and the Pentoshi Marksman. I would say they're both very good, and if you can get your hands on both, do it. Okay. The only advantage the Tiger Cloak Elite Archer has over the Pentoshi Marksman is that it is easier to upgrade into. Okay, it's easier and cheaper to upgrade to and faster. The Tiger Cloak Guards, I don't utilize them. I don't think they're that good. Wooden shields, not good. Armor is not that great. You know, when that wooden shield cracks, which it will, then that scale halberd won't do crap. So that leaves us finished with a troop tree, I believe. Wait, I feel like we skipped something. Wait. We skipped, didn't we? Riverlands, of course. And we skipped the Stormlands. Wow, okay. Did we skip anything else by accident? Okay. I hope I didn't. Okay, so Riverlands Rangers. Riverlands Rangers, their power draw is 6. Okay. And their proficiencies aren't as good as what we saw in Essos, but they obviously make up for it with a good bow. And the biggest advantage of them is that they are easy to upgrade into, very easy to upgrade into. Stay away from their knights. No lance, which means it's bad horse. Okay, so stay away from that. House guards, they look pretty dope, but I don't think they're good, so stay away from those. You rely on their rangers. Please just do that. Okay, rely on their rangers. Then we said that we'll go for the Stormlands. Stormland Bowmen, they are just there, I guess. Okay, Stormland House Guards, they are very good, very good, and they are super duper good in one special department: stacking up prisoners. If you want prisoners for whatever reason, you get that spiked mace, you get these spiked mace boys, and you rank up those prisoners. Okay, you get those prisoners and you stack them up one by one, and enjoy your endless line of prisoners in your gold mines and in the Night's Watch. Okay, that's what you do. Okay, that's as simple as that. These guys are very good. Okay, for that reason, and don't be fooled by their less. Their skills aren't as good as what we've seen before. Don't be fooled by that, because this makes up for it. This blunt damage has advantages against heavily armored opponents. Okay. However, that being said, the Stormland Knight, in my opinion, is if you dismount him, and I think you should, he is great. The Stormland Knight is great. Why? He has much better armor than his. I think it's better armor, right? Oh wait, no, it's not better armor. It looks like it's better armor though. No, it's not better armor, right? Okay, never mind. It's not better armor, but regardless, they have spiked mace as well, but that's why they're bad on horseback. Yeah, that's why they're bad on horseback, because this spiked mace has a weapon reach of 68. They do have a lance. Okay, I give that to them. They have a lance. Fair enough. They have a lance, which is gonna be good. But once they're in close quarters, the spiked mace won't do any favors for them. It will not do any favors for them. If you know what, I'm willing to actually change my mind, because they do have the lance, but it's just the spiked mace that's deterring me, because that weapon reach is so bad, they won't be able to hit anything from their horse. Okay. But they do have the pole, so I might actually give them some. Some extra points for that. Okay, so now we're done with the troop tree. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think the best troops are of each category. So the best. Okay, we said the best cavalry was the Westerland Knight, by far. The best archer is probably a tie between the Tiger Cloak Elite Archer and the Pentoshi Veteran Marksman, and I think I would give a slight edge to the Pentoshi Veteran Marksman, maybe a slight edge, but of course there's a special shout out to where the hell are they? 7 hells, where are you? Night's Watch. Special shout out to these guys. And perhaps you can make the argument that these guys are the best archers. The only thing I would say against that is the fact that they have the hunting bow. And this is definitely for balancing purposes. Because imagine they had a war bow, then these guys, you can conquer the world with these guys, okay? So that's, I think, why the Night's Watch Elite Rangers are just should be mentioned with the archer compartment, okay, department. We then have crossbows. Crossbow wise, Westland crossbows, I would say, because they're easy to stack up and just special. They have very good crossbows. Shock units. In terms of a shock unit, we have the title, the king of shock units, going to the Holy Moly Guard. Get them, use them, cherish them. If you like the shock units, then go ahead. I personally don't, because I personally like to have formations. I like to have disciplined troops, and I uphold the principle that the side that makes the first move always loses. And although I know I'm not going to lose in Warband, even if I charge in, I will suffer more casualties, but I will not lose. I like to kind of be realistic in my battles. I say that, but then you see my Daemon Blackfyre series, you see me soloing a bunch of clansmen. So, but these guys, if you like the shock troop element, use these guys. They're good. Okay, they're good. I think you can hire them straight away if you own Norvos. You can hire them straight away. So you can enjoy having them in your army. And I wish you all the fun if you choose that route. In terms of infantry, if you dismount this guy, he holds the mantle high. Okay, he holds the mantle high. He has several crowns on top of him. If you dismount the Dragonstone House Guard, he is the best infantry. Okay, fair enough. He can't be dismounted. Okay, if you're choosing to stick with how the game was meant to be made, then he's not considered a he's not considered a infantry, so therefore I can't actually name him as the best infantry. In that case, the best infantry, okay, fine, I'll give it to the House Stark Guard. Okay, why? Very good proficiency and good power striker, I guess. Even though I'm disappointed by its armor, we'll give it to him. Fine. Okay, but best spearman. Okay, where the hell is my Bolton? This guy finished. Okay, no, I'm not even gonna argue. Okay, Unsullied can go to hell. Okie dokie. Okay, so that's our troops. Now, actually, I would like to talk about Sellswords while we're here, because we're on the topic of troops. So why not talk about Sellswords? All right. So Sellswords, the majority of the Sellswords will be found in Essos, okay, around the area of Cohort. You see these guys over here? Do you recognize their name? Golden Company. If you watch my Daemon Blackfyre series, you know we hired these guys because they, of course, are friendly to the Blackfyre cause. And in the show, you obviously saw them. I won't say much about the show in case none of you are still yet at the end seasons, but I will not. I will say no more about that. So the Golden Company are you can hire them. 373 men at 1,550. You can hire them for. One element that they have going for them is that Harry Strickland can be made his own like mini vassal, just how you can make the Sellsword captain his mini vassal, and you can give Harry Strickland command of the Golden Company, and you can tell him to follow you. You can tell him to go wherever you want him to go. You then have the Unsullied. For some reason, everyone's favorite. To get them, you go to the inn at Cohort. Okay, so we're at Cohort, remember? And you talk to this good fellow here, this good master, right? So you talk to him. Now, when you talk to him, read the options very carefully. Please do this. Don't rush. Okay, don't rush. I've seen so many YouTubers do this, and I've seen myself do it. It's hilarious. Take your time, okay? So, give him your beer. At this point, do nothing. Read everything one by one very slowly, and read it again. Read it backwards and forwards, up and down. Okay, Because I don't know if Produno did this on purpose or whoever was in charge of making this part of the mod, but if this was on purpose, those guys are actually hilarious. Okay, these guys are trollers and they will be so fun to hang out with. Imagine this, because everyone's so used to, okay, oh yes, okay, this is the yes button, okay, I'm gonna spam yes, 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 and they click this and they insult the Unsullied. What do you think happens to you if you insult the Unsullied? Yeah, don't insult the Unsullied, guys, please don't insult them. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to click on this option. Okay, be careful, don't be fast, take it easy. All right, click on this option. If it was by accident, then it's a different story. But if it was done on purpose, then my goodness, that is amazing. That is literal art. Okay, comedic art. All right, cool. So they cost 50 for 75,000. That's why I don't tend to go for Unsullied. Okay, and also when they die, it just makes your heart dry. It just makes your heart melt. You don't want them to die. They're so expensive. Okay. Another way you can get some mercenaries is going up over here. So you see this piece of land. What does it look like, guys? It looks like an axe. Yeah, it looks like an axe. You go over there. You see this Iron Legion camp? You go over there and you can approach the captain and buy, like, how many men was it? I think I put 210 troops. I don't know if that's true. I can't remember now, but I wrote down 210 in my notes. Another way you can get some Iron Legionnaires is traveling to Volantis. Go to the Merchant House Inn, and you see this fellow over here, Rennick M Day. Okay, you talk to him. And yes, he is wearing the mask of the Sons of the Harpy, because these guys are scary legions, okay? So the Unsullied are basically based on the Iron Legions, basically, okay? So you can get him and 75 and 50 men for, like, I forgot actually. 40k, yeah, 40k. You can get him and 50 men for 40k. And actually the Iron Legionnaires are pretty good, but the difference between the Unsullied and Iron Legionnaires, the Iron Legionnaires you will have to pay, the Unsullied you don't have to pay. The Iron Legionnaires, they come with better armor, but a bit worse proficiencies. The Unsullied come with better proficiencies. That's a difference, okay? Then we have other units, other mercenary companies in Essos called the Stormcrows. Sorry, not Stormcrows, sorry, the Second Sons. Oh no, there's Stormcrows as well. Stormcrows, Second Sons, and Windblown. These guys have the generic units. I'll show you. They have these units basically, okay? I know that the Stormcrows and Second Sons have like 500 veteran free riders, which are not good. I mean, 500 veteran free riders is it's kind of OP, not gonna lie. Like it's 500 at the end of the day, right? But then you have the Windblown, which have 300 men, but it's a combination of all of these, okay? In my opinion, you only get them really if you need to use them to take cities. Okay, so that's that. All right. So what did we talk about so far? We talked about troops. We talked about making money. Okay, we do need to talk about White Walkers eventually. Not yet, though. What do we need to talk about? Troops. I need to make sure I didn't skip anything. Alright, we talked about the route to Winterfell. Okay, I think we should talk about the early game now. Okay, fine. Early game. Alright, so I consider the early game to be from day 1 to day 100. Okay, from day 1 to day 100. Okay, so the early game, you can so let's go back to Winterfell. So we need to give the letter to Robb Stark. Let's just give the letter to Robb Stark, okay? Let's give the letter to Robb Stark, okay? I'm gonna visit the Lord's Hall. I'm gonna go to Robbie over here and give him the letter. Okay, let's accept this quest. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, let's leave. And let's not do his quest. Okay, not yet at least. We'll do it later. Okay? What we want to do now is we want to trade. Okay? Remember that I said for trade, it might take about a week in game for the prices to stabilize. When the game first starts, it will be expensive. So at the moment, go into Winterfell and kill some time at the training grounds. Okay, start leveling up at the training grounds. It's you might lose, you might get frustrated, you might get tedious and repetitive, but do it. Get your stats up. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times, and that will be enough. Okay, and then what you need to do is you need to make your way down south by the way of trade. Okay, so you need to get your ships, do the trade route I showed you, go to the trade area. If you haven't watched it, it's very important because you will make the most money this way. Okay, and just I'll repeat it once more, that you should try to sell as many of your furs in the Westlands, because they could sell for more than 500, sometimes up to 600. Okay, so selling your furs is imperative in the Westlands. Okay, cool. Now, if you ever end up wanting to go Bravos, let's say there's a tournament there, okay, and you end up going Bravos, please take a look at the inn, take some time to look at the inn and see if there's anything in the inn that you'd like to take. All right, if there's anything in the inn that can help you do Varys' questline, because you want to start that as early as possible. Why not? Okay, apart from that, get companions. All right, there are some very cheap companions you can get, and send them together right to rule. So every time you visit a city, just visit the inn, take a look. If there's a cheap companion, grab him or her and take the city. And tell them to go right to rule. Don't take any city, not yet. Okay, well, not yet. Okay, after a couple of trading rounds, you should be also getting a horse. Now, the best way to get a horse, make sure that in your attributes and skills, make sure that you have at least 1 point into wound treatment. At least 1. Why do I say this? Because when you buy a horse, you should aim to buy a horse that is lame. Okay, let me try to show you. Let me show you if I can find it. So Roundsy, Corsair, swayed back. Okay, what I must say, never ever get a swayed back horse, because swayed back horses will never heal. Right? Never get a swayed back horse. Okay, there's no good example here at fair market. No fair prices there. Horse faction, horse armor. No lamed horse over there. Okay, lame saddle horse. Okay, so you can see that lame saddle horse, it's pretty darn bad. Okay, it's slow, it's lame, it's weak. All right, but if you have a lame saddle horse and you take him, you keep the lame saddle horse in your inventory and after a certain period of time, it might take a week. In game time, maybe less, that lame saddle horse will become a normal saddle horse, and then you can equip it. Don't go and buy a normal horse because it's too expensive. Okay, the price difference is too expensive. All you have to do is wait for this guy to heal, and he will heal. He'll be back to good health, and then you can equip him. You will save like a lot of money this way. You'll save maybe up to 2,000-3,000 this way. Okay, don't get any sway back horse. I say again, no swayed back horse, they will not be able to heal. All right, they cannot regain their health. So get that type of horse. After that, go hunt down some parties, okay? Some bandit parties. Avoid any archers and heavy cavalry, because at this point in the game, you're still vulnerable and you can die. If you are attacked by archers, for example, these thieves, go attack these thieves. For example, if you have, okay, you can handle these thieves yourself. Believe me, okay? On a horse, handle these thieves yourself. Thieves, they don't have good weapons, right? So they can do very little damage to you. But with outlaw bandits, without any archers, if you run into them, they run into you, you have try to form circles around them until they lose their arrows, waste their arrows. Don't go in until they have lost their arrows, because if they have arrows left and that arrow lands on you, you're gonna die. Okay, believe me. So try to keep a distance and circle around them, and then attack when they're out of arrows, because they have no good melee weapons. Right, so once they are out of arrows, they are easy pickings. Okay, so please keep that in mind. All right, another good tip I have in the early game, if you ever end up going to Dawn, All right, so let's say we go to Planky Town and we take a look at the armsmith. Try to find a scimitar that is I actually forgot the name. Rusty scimitar. Okay, this rusty scimitar, don't get this one because you look at the swinging damage, it's 24. Try to find a rusty scimitar that is about 33 cutting damage. Okay, it's cheap. It's cheap to find, and I'm sure we can find one. I'm sure we can find one, maybe at Sunspear. Is it a Sailor? Tempered Scimitar? Okay, maybe not. Alright, we have our final option at V8. Hopefully they have one, otherwise I can't show it now. Scimitar, Chipped Scimitar. This is going to be a good one. Okay, you take this Chipped Scimitar, alright? Take this Chipped Scimitar, upgrade it, okay? Right now I don't have much money, but you will make money because what are you doing, guys? You're trading, right? You're trading. Take this Chipped Scimitar and upgrade it. Upgrade it to at least balanced, and if you can, upgrade it to tempered status and use it. You can get this up to 39 cutting damage. If okay, this one's 36. It was probably because it was upgraded from a scimitar like this, but this scimitar can be upgraded and gets 39 cutting damage. I found one which does 39 cutting damage. If it's not 31 cutting damage, there is one for 33. I remember there is definitely one for 33 cutting damage, and try to find that one, and you can get up to 39 cutting damage when at tempered status. And trust me, it's a good early weapon. All right, it's a very good early weapon. It is at this point that you should probably make your way back up to the north, okay, when you have your fighting experience. Maybe you can try a tournament or two. If you're a good player, you can try a tournament or two, and you go and clear out the farmstead that Robb Stark tells you to clear out, okay? You go over here and you fight the wildlings there. After that, you go back over to Winterfell and you tell Robb Stark, or wherever Robb Stark is. He might be down south. Remember, he's at war, so he might be down south. Or he might be at Winterfell. He's usually useless and he's at Winterfell, right? Okay, so he's at Winterfell and you can talk to him there. And you tell him, okay, Robb, I have King Robb, or, well, he's not the king, Stannis is the king, but you tell him, Lord Robb, I've cleared out the farmstead. And then he'll tell you, okay, you should go to the wall because the guy at the farmstead will tell you about the White Walks and etc. And then so Robb will tell you to go to the wall. And when you go to the wall at Castle Black, you will have to talk to the Lord Commander of Castle Black, Geo Mormont. Geo Mormont will tell you to go to the Bridge of Skulls. The Bridge of Skulls is located over here, okay, at the Shadow Tower. You clear out the Bridge of Skulls. You return back to Castle Black. You tell Geo Mormont that you have cleared out the Bridge of Skulls, and then Geo Mormont tells you to go to Robb Stark and tell him that the Night's Watch needs more men. So you go back to the Usurper Robb Stark. Okay, you go back to the Usurper Robb Stark. You tell the Usurper Robb Stark that the that Castle Black needs more men. The Usurper Robb Stark, since he isn't the king who cared, like Stannis Baratheon, the rightful king of the Seven Kingdoms, Robb Stark would say, okay, I'm fighting a war, I can't send more men up north. Okay, so unlike the one true king, he will not go up north, he will not help the White Night's Watch. Okay, and then he will tell you to go back up. Do not go back up though, not yet. Okay, not yet at least. I also stress, you must do everything I just said. You must do everything I just said from before day 160. Everything I just said. Because at day 160, a certain very happy wedding occurs at the Twins. Okay, so be careful. You must make sure you do all of this before day 160. Once the Usurper Robb Stark tells you that he can't send anyone to the wall, you don't need to talk to him ever again. Okay, it's completely fine. You don't need to talk to him ever again. The reason I tell you this is because if you go back up to the north and you tell Geo Mormont that Robb Stark can't send him any men, then what Geo Mormont will tell you to do is to go over to this location here and scout for the White Walkers. He will also give you Jon Snow. Now, here's the issue. If you ever attempt to go down south to get yourself any Valyrian steel weapon, any more men, Jon Snow at about this point will tell you, what the fuck you doing, man? Let's go back. We have a mission. I can't go much to the south. I will have to leave you and stuff. And then you'll fail the mission. So Jon Snow will threaten to leave you, and you cannot go south. So you have to go back up north. So you need to be prepared for this mission. The best way to do this mission, risk-free, gather about 50 men, very cheap men. Don't upgrade them. Keep them as peasants. Head over to the north, okay? Head over to the north. And also be very careful of the wildlings. Don't get attacked by them. You need to be very careful of them. And scout around this area. You'll see a White Walker army over here. Okay, you'll see some White Walker army somewhere here. Approach them. Okay, when they attack you, leave troops to guard to cover the retreat and run away. Okay. If you want to fight them, fight as Jon Snow. So change the commander to Jon Snow and fight them if you want to do that. But if you don't trust yourself in fighting them, because there will be a number of them and only Jon Snow can damage them, you run away. Okay, run away. Okay, leave the troops to cover your retreat and run. Okay, run. Disband your equipment, disband your army if you need to, and run for the hills. Okay, run all the way back to Castle Black. You'll be able to outrun them if you of course, if you have less men and you have less supplies and less stuff in your inventory. So make sure your inventory is not filled up. You have nothing in your inventory that you don't need, and you head back over to Castle Black. Okay, and you tell Jorah Mormont what you've seen, and that's basically the main quest line done, except for one more quest line which will happen way like maybe a month after you leave. Okay, that main quest line, basically it's Jon Snow will tell you to come to Castle Black because Jorah Mormont has been killed at Crestor's Keep, and you have to go and deal with the mutiny, and as a result, Jon Snow will gift you a Valyrian steel weapon. No, whoa. I'm gonna rephrase that. Jon Snow will give you Valyrian steel, okay? Not a weapon, steel. He will literally give you a rock of Valyrian, of Valyrian steel, a rock of it. And you can take that Valyrian steel and run over to Qohor, fly over to Qohor, land at Qohor, and give it to the weapon master at Qohor. He will then craft you a new Valyrian steel blade. Okay, and at a discount, by the way. Okay, so that's that. All right. So that's the main quest I've done. Okay. Now in the mid game, from day 100 to 200. Okay, so you at this point you should be really done with the main quest line. Okay, with the exception of Crestor's Keep, because that can happen at any time. Don't worry about getting a Valyrian steel weapon at this point. It's too expensive and it's too far. Don't waste time at this point. You need to make sure you're establishing enterprises, participate in tournaments. You should be ready by now. You should have the equipment that you stole from bandits and whatnot. If you really need it, buy yourself some equipment. Okay, and participate in the tournaments. Okay, any way you can, bet 500, get 20k, and build an enterprise immediately after you win. Okay, build the enterprise. Keep on trading. Okay, at this point you should still be trading when you can. Don't focus on trade just solely, but trade when you can, of course. Okay, whenever it comes to your mind. Okay, you're heading north from the Riverlands. Okay, bring some salt. Why not bring some salt up and travel north? If you're ever traveling north from the north to the south, bring some fur down. Okay, why not? So keep on trading. At around day 160, you will be asked to go to the Twins. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for night for daytime. Okay, there it is. Okay, you'll be asked to go to the Twins. Okay, you'll be invited to the wedding of Lord Edmure Tully and this guy's daughter or granddaughter, whatever it was. Okay, and you can attend either as a Frey loyalist or a Stark loyalist. Unfortunately, you can't attend as a Baratheon, and I mean the real Baratheon, Stannis Baratheon loyalist. Like, unfortunately, you can't. But if you decide to attend as a Frey loyalist, your job is to assassinate Robb Stark. If you choose to join as a Stark loyalist, which I suggest you do, even if you are a supporter of the one true king, you should still attend as a Stark loyalist. When you attend as a Stark loyalist, you are going to need to tour the grounds. Okay, I'm just going to quickly turn.
gonna just destroy this. My goodness, there it is. Okay, so you see that hill over there?
Right, you see that hill over there? You're gonna spawn right there, okay, with your men. So I think, so this is Red Wedding, by the way, if you haven't caught on, because I said, you know, Lord Edmund's Tully's wedding with Lord of Frey's daughter or granddaughter, whatever it was. So you and your men, which you should have about 50 to 80 elite troops, your men will spawn across that hill there. In front of you, you're gonna see a bunch of Starks and Boltons and Freys have at one another. Okay, they're gonna be killing one another. The Starks are going to be heavily outnumbered, but when you come with your troops, you might balance the numbers a bit, but I don't think you will. The Freys and Boltons are a lot. Don't worry if you fail at this first part. Okay, you can get knocked out. It's okay. You will still be able to progress to the next part, and that is when you visit Lord's Hall. When you visit Lord's Hall, you'll be here. This is exactly what you'll see. Robb Stark will be somewhere there. Okay, he will be protected by about 5 of his house guards, while other troops here will fight him. He'll be surrounded by completely Stark house guards, so he's going to have good protection. So don't worry about fighting him in this area. He's not going to be in danger here. He and his house guards can easily defeat whatever is in here. What you need to concern yourself up is about these crossbows up over here. There will be crossbows all the way here. 3 crossbowmen. They will be targeting anyone. So you take your troops, your elite troops, and you move your way up this staircase. Okay, and take it nice and slow. Don't rush it. Okay, if you rush it, you will be knocked unconscious, and if you're knocked unconscious, Robb Stark dies. So you take it nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. People will run down the stairs to attack you. There will be people here, maybe 3 or 4 people here trying to attack you. Remember, you should keep your elite troops with you at all times. Shield up, because there's crossbows. Get your shield up. Shield up, shield up. Wait for the guys to fire, and then you attack as they're reloading. You attack when they're reloading. And then, fuck anyone that's here. Fuck them. You banzai your way through here. Banzai. And shout banzai. Okay? Shout banzai, shout whatever you want in your language, shout whatever you want that will give you motivation, and you kill everyone here, all of the crossbowmen here, because it is these crossbowmen that will kill Robb Stark, not them. They won't do shit, because they'll be focused on the troops over there. These guys, these crossbowmen here, will be aiming towards the staircase. That's what they'll be aiming at. And guess who's going to climb up that staircase? Dumbass Robb Stark. Robb Stark should be fucking waiting over there behind that pillar, you know, crouching in the corner, but he wants to go Superman, and he wants to climb the stairs. So yeah. Robb Stark will climb the stairs, and the Frey crossbowmen will shoot at him from this direction, okay, at the back of his head. And since he doesn't wear head armor because he's an idiot, he will the Usurper Robb Stark will die. Okay, the Usurper Robb Stark will die. Okay, sorry, my recording just ended there. I just need to restart it. So I was talking about how you must remain conscious, and Robb Stark must remain conscious at the end of the battle. If not, then Robb Stark will die. Okay, finished. If you save Robb Stark, you manage to save him. The twins and the Dreadfort, where the Dreadfort, will become red. They will defect to House Lannister. Okay. This means you can attack them. You can attack either the Dreadfort, which I suggest, because you can access what? You can access the Bolton House Guards, or you can attack the twins. Now, don't be scared about attacking the Westlands. Don't worry, they can't do shit to you. Believe me, they can't do shit to you. But don't do it yet, because you need to do Varys' questline. Okay, and Varys is unfortunately in King's Landing, and King's Landing is owned by the Westlands. So don't go toward them yet. Make sure Varys' questline is finished. When you finish Varys' questline, Daenerys Targaryen will invade, or Aegon Targaryen will invade, depending on which, if you're from the TV series or if you're from the book version. There is a couple of things I must mention about Lord Varys' questline. It's mainly about the second mission. Before approaching Varys for the second mission, make sure you have a blunt weapon ready at hand, in your inventory equipped, because you need to chase 2 people that will leave King's Landing. Alfred and some other dude. Okay, they will be accompanied by squires. Don't worry, they're not a strong party. they will take this route. I will show you because in case you missed them, and I think you should, because if you approach too close to them, they will go back to King's Landing and they will be lost forever. So you need to keep your distance from them. They will take this route. I will show you exactly what route they'll take. You see this route through this bridge? So you see Wendwater. Take a look at the landmarks. So we have Wendwater, and here just before Bronze Gate, you see two forests. They will go either into that forest or into this forest. Okay, and they will stay there. They will stay there until you get to them. You get to them, and then you must knock them unconscious. Don't kill Alfred or the other guy. You can kill the squires. Fuck the squires. No one cares about them. But keep Alfred and the other alive. Get back to King's Landing in one piece and give them to Varys. That's the second mission. Keep that in mind. Only once you have finished the invasion, or only once you have triggered the Targaryen invasion. If you don't want to trigger the Targaryen invasion, then you don't have to do any of this, okay? But if you want to trigger the Targaryen invasion, then do it. Then we go over to Dreadfort. You can seize it. This is one way to create your kingdom. Another way, remember Sir Janis Slurry, Old Valyria? You can set up your kingdom all the way over here. But guess what I'm going to say to that? It's very far away. So you are going to be very, very isolated, and there's nothing to attack. And believe me, you don't want to attack Volantis. They're very strong. Not at this stage anyway. So at the mid game, we are going to talk about the mid game now. At the mid game itself, from day 200 to day maybe around 400/450, this is what I consider mid game. You should be the king or queen who cared, right? The king or queen who cared. What do I mean by that? What did Stannis Baratheon do that no other king did or other queen did? He took the White Walker threat seriously. He went up to the north and he helped the Night's Watch. This is why he's a one true king, honestly. Okay, I'm not going to stop with Stannis propaganda. So take an army of about 200 men. Okay, doesn't have to be that number. You can go for 150 to 200 men. Make sure that you have at least some heavy cavalry in this army, and have your fun at the wildlings. Take the wildlings first. Go for Hardhome. It's the easier one to take. You can try and take the Fist of the First Men and Fen. Frostfan's camp might be hard to take because it's going to be thousands of men, so you might suffer some casualties through the random events. But take all the wildling territory and gift them to the Night's Watch. Gift it to them. Give it to them, and keep those prisoners in your party. Don't let them escape. Okay, keep them in the and gift all of these fiefs, every single one, to the Night's Watch. All right, every single one, because the Night's Watch will then get more money, which means more upgrades for their troops, which means more troops, and which means it's just better. They're going to be stronger. Okay, now you should now work to build an army. Build an army that you can attack King's Landing with. Okay, if you want to trigger the Targaryen invasion, do not do it after you have taken King's Landing, because the Targaryens will declare war on you. The Targaryens declare war on whoever controls King's Landing. Okay, so if you control King's Landing, they will declare war on you. All right, so don't do it. Usually, what will happen is that the Targaryens will definitely take Dragonstone. That's for sure. The Dragonstone automatically flips, and then they will take Duskendale. Whereas Dawn will march all the way up and takes King's Landing. If you're lucky and that happens, you can only declare war on Dawn and take King's Landing. If you are unlucky and the Targaryens do, then you'll have to fight the Targaryens, okay? But that's why be quick about this. You need to time it perfectly. The Targaryens won't take King's Landing immediately. To believe me, King's Landing has a good garrison, okay? The Targaryens can't take that. It will take them a couple of attempts to besiege it, okay? So remember, King's Landing, take it as quickly as you can, because you need King's Landing for one thing and one thing only. That is to send men and women that you capture to the wall, right? Send them to the wall. You must protect the Night's Watch. This is imperative. If you do not, when the White Walkers invade, it's a game over. The castle, the Night's Watch has, what did I say they have? They have Night's Watch Elite Rangers. The more vassals they have, the more what do they have? The more Night's Watch Elite Rangers they have.
The more Night's Watch elite ranges they have, the better the chance of victory. So you must send as many lords as you can to the Castle Black, okay? No less. If you do not help the Night's Watch and you allow the free folk to attack, and they will attack, because of their sheer numbers, more vassals, they will overrun Castle Black eventually. And they will take the wall, they will take the Shadow Tower, they will take Eastwatch, and then they will take Castle Black. And that's it. Castle Black is defeated. Night's Watch is defeated. Okay? It's finished. And you have no one to send to the wall anymore. You have nothing, no wall anymore to send people to. Okay? So you have to take it. You have to be careful. You must protect the Night's Watch. This is if you don't care about Night's Watch, if you don't care about White Walkers and you turn off their invasion, then don't worry about this. But if you want to fight the White Walkers, of course, any sane man will suggest you do, then you must protect Castle Black. You must help the Night's Watch. They cannot fight on their own. Okay, so please help them. Remember, if you see lords roaming in the field, go up to them and sell them your prisoners then, because they can take those recruits into battle. All right, good. As you get more money, which you will because of fiefs and stuff, and participation in tournaments, and through your enterprises that you should have set up. Maybe you should have covered at least 70% of Westeros in enterprises, and if you ever visited Essos, one or two of their cities in enterprises, you should then go over to Cohort and get yourself Valyrian steel weapons. Okay. With the Valyrian steel that Jon Snow gives you, you can get one for a discount, and then get 2 more one-handed weapons. Don't get 1 two-handed weapons, because then you can't get a third Valyrian steel. You want as much Valyrian steel as possible so you can give it to your companions. Okay. Remember to have sent all your companions to get right to roll. All right. Cool. You should be equipping those companions and upgrading those companions. Now, what are those companions? Okay. So those companions are going to be, I'm going to put them on the screen. These are the companions. You can see them now on the screen. We have Brienne, Daisy, Gendry. Actually, I'm not going to read them all. Never mind, you can see them yourselves. I'm sure you can read. Okay. Gendry Baratheon. He needs to be your engineer, okay? Make him your engineer, spec him into intelligence, and make him your engineer. He will be your engineer, and believe me, engineering is essential. It's invaluable in this mod, because you want to build your towers, you want to build your siege equipment as quickly as possible to limit the chances of those random generated events fucking up your army. And believe me, they will fuck up your army, and they will make you want to drown your liver with alcohol. Okay, right? So please, make Gendry Baratheon your engineer, and make him a good one. Okay, 10 points in engineering. Silver should be your medic. Okay, don't get Qyburn. People complain about him. People don't like him. Make Silver your medic. So prioritize surgery. Please prioritize surgery. Also for yourself, prioritize surgery for yourself. Okay, so once you've reached 18 strength, 15 agility, and 6 charisma, do not up your charisma above 6 unless you need more ships. Okay, unless you need more ships, then you can up your charisma. If you don't need more ships, then don't up your charisma. You should also spec into it surgery, because surgery will keep your elite troops alive. When they get killed in battle, they will be knocked unconscious instead of killed. Okay, which is better. You want them to stay alive because they are so expensive to get. They are so expensive to hire. They are so expensive to upkeep. It's a shame if they just die. Okay. Syrio Forel. For Syrio Forel, you must make him your trainer. He's already comes with good training equipment, so make him your trainer. Now, there might be some sources that tell you to get for the penniless, so Creighton Lombard and Krastos. I did not have good experiences with them, so I personally don't like them. They always complain in my party, so I got rid of them. So I haven't really added them to the list of companions. You can give them a go if you like. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but I didn't like them myself. Okay, then you have Robb Matter and Reed Matter. Rogue Matter and Reed Matter. So you see Tumblestone over here.
right in this location, I can't remember if it was over the bridge or north of the bridge or south of the bridge, there will be a warlord's camp. When you reach 1000 renown, this guy, some random guy will come up to you and say, please help us. And it's going to be Brogmatter. This quest is the hardest I have ever faced in this mod, by far. Actually, no, the hardest is the Bravo Sea troops, never mind. The hardest is the Bravo Sea troops, and getting 12 skilled Bravos, believe me, it's way harder. But apart from that, the Tumblestone thing, Brogmatter is going to be very, very hard to deal with. He's going to have a crap ton of exiled knights, brigands, and bad people, and all of that shit. Okay, he is going to be very hard to deal with. Now, listen to me carefully, guys. If you go in once and you lose, Brogmatter will tell you, if you ever come again, I'm going to kill you. All right, and then let's say you say, fuck you, and you come again, and you go again, and you say, okay, I'm gonna have another go at this guy, and you fail again. Brogmatter will kill your character. Did you hear me? He will kill your character. Yes, your playthrough will end. Finito. Yeah, your playthrough will end. So make sure you save your game at this point, unless you want to die. Okay, because this might take you a couple of attempts, and it might get frustrating. It is hard. Okay, it is very hard. With Brogmatter, I don't necessarily have any tips for you, except for just go in and try to keep some formation. Try to take out Brogmatter yourself, because Brogmatter will kill your troops. He's very good. Okay, he is super good. All right, Brogmatter is crazy. He's fast. He's honestly. When you get rid of him, you feel like you're like some sort of demigod, like you're crazy and you can kill people. But Brogmatter is hard to kill. He's a tough guy. Yeah, he's a big tough guy. Trust me. It's a very fun quest. I really enjoyed it. It takes you a couple of attempts, but Brogmatter will kill your character if you piss him off twice. Right? Okay, so he doesn't forgive again. So he will kill your character. When you defeat him, or I should say, if you defeat him, you have two options. You can either bring him into your party, and he will remain loyal to you. He will not complain. He will always remain loyal to you. Or you can kill him there and then. If you kill him, you will be able to get his Valyrian steel sword. It was something vengeance. Okay, it was dark vengeance. I think whatever it was. It's something vengeance. Okay. And you can get that, and you can get that and give it to someone in your party, or you can keep him alive, and he can join your party. But when he joins your party, he will remain as a companion. He will never die, but you cannot edit his equipment, so you cannot remove his Valyrian steel sword from him. It will stay in his possession forever. You can make him a lord as well, and he is a very good lord, right? He is a super duper good lord, right? He has all the stats. He has everything. This guy is perfect. He's a perfect human being, honestly. Brogmatter. And if you save him, you'll be given a second quest a couple of days later to go all the way over here. I can't actually remember its exact location, but it's going to be in Essos somewhere. Maybe north of Nestaris or north of this area. There's going to be his brother, Reedmatter. Reedmatter is going to be his brother, and he's going to be captured by pirates. Don't underestimate these pirates. This is also a very hard quest. My advice is you do not engage in the fighting. Stay back and command your cavalry. You need to do cycle charges, back and forth, back and forth. Don't keep your cavalry engaged, because they will die. Make sure they're charging and going back and forth, cycle charging, not staying in melee. Get your lances out, bring your lances, make sure go to my troop chief discussion, get the lancers. The best cavalry are the ones with lances, not the ones with the swords. They're not cavalry, they're just guys on horses. You need guys with lances, okay? They are the true cavalry. Make them couch lance, use the couch lance ability, because those guys will then outrange the camels. The cows and camels are very strong in melee mode. Do not engage them in melee. They will destroy your army, and you will be outnumbered. If you want a better advantage, up your battle size. Okay, this is what I was advised to do in my playthrough. Same for the Brogmatter quest. So the Brogmatter quest in the Tumblestone area. up your battle size so you can bring more troops to the battlefield. Okay, the enemy army is pre-programmed, so they will have the same amount of troops no matter what. Okay, same thing over here. So remember, cycle charge your cavalry. Do not do anything else. Cycle charge. All right. Otherwise, you will lose. Okay, you will lose. And when you say read matter, he will join your party, and he will also have a Valyrian steel weapon. And he is also a pretty darn good companion as well. He is very strong and very good, and he's also a good vassal. Okay, and in my Daemon Blackfyre series, I made them both my sons. I made one of them the Crown Prince. I made Viserys. I think what was the Crown Prince? No, the Crown Prince was Aegon Blackfyre, and I made the other one Viserys Blackfyre. Yes, okay. If you are a lord, you can also marry. How did I marry someone? Well, I went to Lord Celtigar's wife. Lord Celtigar's daughter. Which sounds very bad because I know it's very bad because Daemon Blackfyre was about 40 years old, while the girl Caris Celtigar was about 15. So yeah, I mean, I needed a wife in it. Like Daemon Blackfyre needed someone. No one liked him. He was rejected. So he went to Caris Celtigar, and Caris Celtigar fell in love with him. And basically, what he did, he just stole. He just took her, without his father's permission. I mean, Adrian Celtigar did like Daemon Blackfyre, but it wasn't. Obviously, you need to be part of the same faction, so it wasn't that good. Okay, so my relationship with him kind of deteriorated, but nothing happened because I was already friendly with him. So, Caris Celtigar and then the wife, and what you can do, you can improve your relations with your wife, and then you can make a baby. There is a 50% chance it's a male, 50% chance it's a female. Unfortunately, if it's a female, I think it's actually the same if it's a male or female. I think it's the same if it's a male or female. If it's a female or a male, it doesn't matter actually. But they'll basically be born within 60 days of the game, and then they'll grow into an adult very quickly, like a snap of your fingers. They'll grow into an adult, and then they will join your party as a companion. And then you can make them a lord, you can make them your heir, whatever it is. Okay, so make your baby, and you can only have one, unfortunately. Right, so you can't secure a dynasty. You can't secure the line. Can't create more progeny. So you can only create one. It's one child rule is implemented in this mod. Okay. So one child policy, but yeah, try to do that if you can. Okay, so anything else from the mid game? Yes, okay. From the mid game also, if you want to follow the way the mod was made, you go over to Einar's Rest and you talk to the village elder at Einar's Rest, and you give him every equipment that he needs. You must give all of the equipment that he asks for at one go. Okay, that means you need to improve your inventory management, and so you can give it to him. There's another way. The reason why I say this is because you need Dragonglass. Dragonglass is only found here. Okay, you can only find Dragonglass here. All right, I'm just going to go to Stannis Baratheon and bend the knee. My goodness, the one true fucking king. Great to see him. All right, we go to Einar's Rest. All right, and you must deliver the equipment that the guy wants, and you will be able to recruit Dragonglass troops. Dragonglass, not Dragonstone. Dragonglass troops. They will be armed with obsidian. There's like Dragonglass spearmen, Dragonglass axemen, Dragonglass bowmen, and you need to get them. You need to get them out as quickly as possible, and you need to give them to your vassals, give them to yourself, give them to the Night's Watch if you have to, and then wait for the coming storm. All right, and all that storm is coming. All right, so by the late game, which is day 450 to day 700, if you have not got Valyrian steel already, which is absolutely fine if you haven't already, don't rush it. You still have a lot of time. You should work to get it now. All right, it's now that you must get it. What can kill now? Actually, this part needs its own part. Its own its own timestamp because it's very important. It's extremely important. What weapons can kill whites but cannot kill White Walkers? Okay, remember whites and White Walkers are different. Now, there is one weapon that you can get if you own Starfall. You must own Starfall for this weapon. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You must tour the grounds. Okay. What was it? It's over here. I remember. Okay. If you own Starfall, there will be a chest in this location. I'll show you. This chest will contain the sword Dawn. All right, Dawn. You guys, I'm sure, are all familiar with it. All right. You can't see it now because you're. You can, but you can't open it now because you're not the owner of Starfall. But this chest that you see here, you can get it opened if you conquer Starfall, and inside this chest is the weapon Dawn. Right. It's a very good weapon, but it's not Valyrian steel. Okay, it's not Valyrian steel. It is made from like some Starfall or something. Hence the name Starfall, the castle Starfall. Okay, so they believe it came from a star, and for that reason, it can't kill White Walkers, but it can kill whites. The other weapon that can kill whites is silence. Okay, it's silence. You can only get this, remember, if you kill every single Lannister at the starting battle. Okay, which is when you first spawn at King's Landing and you're attacked. You must kill everyone. So you can either do that by cheating or if you're very, 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 very good at this game. Another way you can get White Walkers, I'll put a list up now. Thoros of Mir's sword. It's a flaming sword which can kill both whites and White Walkers. In the Night's Watch, you have Jon Snow, of course, and Jon Snow has the weapon Longclaw. Okay, he has the weapon Longclaw. The only way you can get this without attacking the Night's Watch is by freeing Jon when he's a prisoner, and he will then join your party, and then you can get Longclaw for him, or you can just keep it on his possession. Okay. Next one is Ice. Ice, baby. You go over to Winterfell. Ice, baby is in. No, not there. Ice, baby. Stroll through the town. Okay. I'm not going all the way inside, but basically, there's a weirwood inside, the weirwood tree inside. It's literally behind the weirwood tree. Okay, by the roots of the weirwood tree. Okay, ice is literally there. Right, that's where ice is. Right, cool. You then have Blackfyre. Blackfyre can be obtained by defeating either Daenerys Targaryen or Aegon Targaryen, depending on who invades. One of the two. Okay, you must defeat them, send them to the wall, or kill them. If you kill them, everyone in Westeros, everyone will declare war on you, basically. Okay, if you kill any lord or lady, you will declare war on you. That will be considered an act of war by everyone. If you do not decide to kill, if the only way to do it is be basically own King's Landing, so you can send them to the wall. Once you send them to the wall, make sure your inventory is not full. If it's full, then of course there's nowhere to place it. So make sure it's not full, so there's room for the equipment to go in. Then you can take Blackfyre from Daenerys. Okay. Next up, Dark Sister. Dark Sister can be obtained by cheats. Heartsbane. All right. So you see Horns Hill. Over here. You need to visit the Lord's Hall. And it's on the wall here somewhere. Where was it? I think you need to actually own Horns Hill to see it. I actually don't remember where it was. Or was it in the chest that you need to be the owner to access? I don't actually remember. But yeah, it's in the Lord's Hall of Horns Hill that you can find it in. All right, good. Okay, so that's Heartsbane. You have Crescent Shadow. Crescent Shadow can be obtained by going over to Carl Pono defeating him, capturing him, sending him to the Night's Watch. You can do that, okay? You have Celtigar Axe, which is basically my father-in-law in Daemon Blackfyre series. He is the owner of Claw Isle. If you defeat him and send him to the wall, you can get his axe. You have Sea Serpent, Lord Valerian, at Driftmark. You defeat him. Lady Forlorn. Lady Forlorn is with House Corbray. You have Red Rain, which is with Lord Dustin Drewman. So you can take him out. There's Vigilance if you defeat Blatant Hightower. Orphan Maker if you defeat Titus Peak. There's Lamination. Lamination is important, but to get Lamination, you must have high foraging skill. Okay, foraging skill is a party skill, so it does add up. So make sure you have some companions that have good foraging, and fish. You need to fish, and when you fish, you can get Lamination. There's a slight chance that you can get Lamination each time you fish. Okay, but the higher the foraging skill, the higher the chance. Okay. Then we talk about Dark Vengeance and Reaper's Vengeance, which are Grog Matter and Reed Matter's weapons respectively. And there's Retribution. Retribution is the glaive of the Temple of the Bearded Priests. So Temple of the Bearded Priests is somewhere here. Here it is. You need to raid the Temple of the Bearded Priests, okay? You need to raid the Temple of the Bearded Priests, and what you need to do after that, you need to defeat the army that comes to avenge the Temple of the Bearded Priests. If you defeat the guy leading the army, which is hard, because why is it hard? Remember what I said about those? Do you remember what I said about those Norvoshi? Where is it? Do you remember what I said about those Novoshi Holy Moly Guards? Yeah, they will decimate you. They will decimate you. There's about 400 to 500 of them that will come after you, plus complemented by crossbowmen. So it's about 800 to 900 troops. They will come and they will destroy you. Okay, so you need to be careful. You need to have a good army to counter it. Right? It's not an easy task to get Retribution. I forgot something actually. You know, you see King's Landing? Guess what's inside King's Landing? I don't actually remember the exact location of it. But if you stroll through the town, there is Robert's Hammer. Yeah. Robert's Hammer, which is Valyrian steel. It can kill White Walkers, okay? So you can do that. Furthermore, you can visit the Alchemist Guild Hall, and you can get Wildfire. You must be the owner of King's Landing to get Wildfire. There's also Obsidian Arrows, Fire Arrows, and Obsidian Weapons in general, okay? So that's how you deal with the White Walkers, okay? That's what weapons you need. All right, cool. What's the strategy then to defeat the White Walkers? Okay, let's leave. So at around day 700, they will invade. All right, they will invade with their full force, and what you need to do is destroy every single one of their field armies. Once you do that, you will get what is known as Law's Glory. It's a flaming Valyrian steel weapon. How cool is that? Okay, so you will be the prince who was promised. Okay, and you will do it. Now, there are a couple ways. You need to immediately unite with the Castle Black unit, with the Castle Black army, because they will call a campaign. You follow them and you fight. You call your own campaign, by the way. You need your entire force behind you. Everyone. Believe me, not a single man left behind. Everyone needs to go in. Then you try to attack him. Okay. You must defeat them on the field of battle. Ideally, because they're going to be so numerous, in the thousands, attacking them on an open plain is not advised because they will swarm and surround you. So you see this bridge over here? Draw them to this bridge, okay? Draw them to this bridge and fight them here at this choke point. They don't have ranged weapons, but you do. Remember what you have? What did you have? The Night's Watch Elite Rangers. While you put in a shield of rank after rank after rank of brave souls, you have for your fire weapons firing at them or loosing the arrows at them. Not firing, that's the incorrect terminology. They are loosing their weapons at them. So do you understand? You create this choke point and you line up your archers behind, create row after rank after rank after rank of infantry, and behind that another rank of infantry to protect the archers, and you let your archers release hell on them. This is your last bet. If you are still pushed back, run back, run back, run back, run back, run back. Here's your next option. Fight them at the choke points. Don't let them dictate the turn of the battle. They will not siege your castles. They will not attack your villages. I don't think they do. But they will not attack the castles or cities. They do not do that. So keep that in mind. And honestly, I wish you the best of luck for that, okay? If that doesn't work, your final bet is to gather as many troops as you can, even any mercenaries you can, and you must auto simulate the battle. Okay, simulate the battle. And pray that you have enough numbers and the simulation sees that you have the clear advantage that you win. If you do this, however, you will suffer unspeakably high losses. Okay, on an unprecedented level. It's not going to be fair with the amount of losses that you will suffer from. Okay, so that's why it's preferable that you try to beat them on the field of battle. Thus, as a disclaimer, if you kill the Night King, it doesn't mean you kill their army, their entire army. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, so don't risk your life trying to attack the Night King. You have to kill every single last one of them. Alright? Cool. Alright. Oh, perhaps another time, I will talk about how I created my Blackfyre troop tree, okay, from the Dreadfort, and I can recruit them all from the Dreadfort. I can show you how I did that. Maybe I can upload a new my submod for the troop trees. If you guys are interested in that, and you guys do like my plans, not my plans, but more like my ideas on how the troops can be improved, I will upload that and share it with you guys. I hope that'll be good. I also not only have a Blackfyre series, I also have a Blood Raven series. A Blood Raven series where we have the Raven's Tooth, and that is fun as hell. I need to actually restart that series soon. So yeah, this has been a guide for a World of Ice and Fire mod for Mount and Blade Warband. I hope it was informative. I hope it enjoyed you. You guys enjoyed it, and I appreciate it if you have stayed all this long to watch the entire thing. It's definitely an honor, and I can't thank you enough. And if there's any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll reply as quickly as I can. I am a bit busy nowadays, you know, with school and exams and stuff, so I am in a situation where I might not be able to respond too quickly. But if that is the case, if I am able to respond, I can. But yeah, as I said, university life, I'm a medical student, so university life is kind of getting tough at some points, and this is one of those moments, you know, like yeah. So I haven't played games in ages, but what can you do? But yeah, this has been a guide, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.